Let's roll. Go!
And the masters of the universe. G.I. Joe!
Yeah, lick it, baby.
Yes!
Hi there, this is the Old 77. It's a safe place in an unsafe world.
Hey, this is great, man.
Warning, foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
Loving it strong.
Become a subscriber at patreon.com/the old77podcast. Subscribers get bonus content and early access to episodes. Find out more at patreon.com/the old77podcast.
We gotta be pros.
Thanks for listening.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
That makes me laugh every time. And welcome to the Old 77. We are a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Fellas.
So, fellas.
Dave, we're all back together.
I know.
We're
The band's back together.
all in the same room.
Good to see all your beautiful faces again. I missed you guys. I guess that was 2 weeks ago when I missed you. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
So it was
Yeah.
funny, man. You were sick one week, and then Maddie got sick the next week.
bad Chinese, I
yes.
hear.
Right. Mm-hmm. Potentially.
Yeah.
It was at Wonton, baby.
Oh, one bad wonton.
It was not so good.
still fucking with you a little bit over there, I hear.
It's not that. It's something different.
Something
man.
weird is going on.
I don't know.
Your gut's not back to normal, man.
My body's
Yeah.
been just kind of achy and stuff. I'm not sick or anything. I don't
Yeah.
feel sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you're drinking a beer. You're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Right?
drinking the most
delicious-
racist white
A delicious,
Tide beer
racist,
ever.
white-Tide Belgian white.
Yeah. That's as white as it gets, bro.
I thought that when I bought it. I was like, damn, this is some racist shit.
yeah.
Why can't
Let
it
me
be
take
like,
2 of 'em.
Why can't it be like, purple Tide or some shit?
Right? I mean, why can't we have the brown Tide? Ooh, nobody wants to drink the brown Tide.
Speaking of Tide, there's a thing in Florida. It's called Red Tide. And so I lived like right on the intercoastal.
That shit'll kill you, right?
So, well, it can kill you.
Yeah.
But if you don't get, I mean, it actually like you become congested. You cough a lot. When I was moving from Florida, I came down with a case of it, and as soon as I moved away from the coast, it just went away.
How do you catch it?
It's something
Very
in the air.
easily.
It's very airborne. It's airborne, and like, I think it's like
I was going to say something bad.
I believe it happens like every other year down there, and like all these dead fish come in, and
well, it's
there's-
algae, right? It's an algae bloom.
it is it's a bacterial thing.
Yeah.
And it has to go away on its own. There's no antibiotic to take care of it or
Weird. I had no idea.
And you know what? Speaking of go away on its own, I want to thank you for joining us here on the Old 77, especially if you're Toby Dean, because Toby is our lone Patreon subscriber. Toby, what up?
My name's Toby Dean. I'm a
Toby's paying us a month, and Toby gets access to bonus content on patreon.com.
Toby, we love you, buddy.
Love it, man.
Thanks.
Keep it going.
Hey,
and
girl.
if you would like to subscribe, please feel free to check us out at patreon.com/the old77podcast. This is
right.
great, by the way, because I can read it off the banner now.
Hell yeah. That's right, folks. We got a new
It's
banner.
true. There's like, by the way, I cannot mess the
I
the
don't have to.
podcast,
I don't have to mess it up now. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
the Patreon page.
Bitchin'.
I've
right
got the
there.
phone number up here, so I'm
Yeah,
okay
I've left
without that.
You know, the phone number's not hit, so I've left it off of some advertising
Yeah.
for a bit. You
Yeah.
know?
We're a
It's okay.
podcast entertainment system.
Absolutely, just like Nintendo.
Yeah, look at how cute we all were.
Oh,
I don't know what happened
right?
to us.
I know. What
Bunch
pisses
of-
me off is I made a new graphic to replace that one, and now I'm looking at the old one like, oh, I wish that was the new one.
Yeah.
Someone looked at us and went, "That's the future of America."
I know, right?
Yeah. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
The future of America, right there at the banner.
Hey, do we want to give some shout outs?
Absolutely,
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's see.
So,
Who should we start with?
either or.
Check out Smoke Break Pod. It's the Smoke Break crew.
The Smoke Break Crew. Love that. You can also check out the Letters of A podcast.
Yes.
Let's see. The Opposite Sex podcast.
Okay.
Nice.
How about the Witchery Wizard Snow podcast?
Nice.
That sounds a little creepy, but that's...
What about two Leos in a pod?
I like it. Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Soulless Society pod.
Absolutely.
Yo, thanks for this shout out, guys.
Yeah, they gave us a really nice shout out on Instagram today. So
Yeah, absolutely. Also a shout out to Dewdropper Bearcat who dropped us on some other stuff here a while back.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Of course, we can't forget about the Quite Unusual pod.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, our friends down in New Zealand, JT in Tower Studios.
Yeah, I got a message.
Paranormal Sun.
Yeah.
And the Fortunate Son.
And the Fortunate Son.
I got a message from JT telling me that I have earned a promotion.
You've earned a promotion.
Yeah.
What's your promotion?
I'm apparently like president of the Missouri region for the Paranormal Sun podcast.
There you go. Congratulations, Dave.
Well, congrats,
Thank you,
man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're going on the favor system for now until he can come up with the salary, you know. But no, I'm just kidding, man.
So I just saw where he put out a store too for his pod.
Yeah,
he's got shirts and merch and all sorts. I thought about buying a cup.
Hell yeah.
You know?
I could use a good new coffee mug.
Yeah,
I'm always in the
absolutely.
market for one of those. Yeah, you guys got to check out his store, man.
Yeah.
That place is rocking. He's
Yeah.
got all kinds of shirts.
And I believe it's theParanormalSun.com. Is that right?
I don't know. Let me check on it real quick.
Yeah, throw him a coin,
Yeah.
too, if you want.
Yeah, throw him some coin. Throw some coin to your Witcher.
Also, check out Beer Dial Podcast.
This is what I think you're thinking of what I was going to say. It's Beard Owl.
That was a Beer Dial?
It's Beard Owl.
Oh, I like
okay.
that
The
even
Beard
better,
Owl
dude.
podcast.
Sorry, guys. I
love that.
screwed that up.
Oh, it's dark in here. It's all right, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know how like
And it's-
things are.
And it's spelt BEER, beard,
Oh,
owl.
okay,
It's
gotcha.
the Beard Owl podcast.
Okay.
It's hard, you know, when it's all one word, man.
Yeah, it
makes
is.
hard.
Right.
Certified essay writer
Yeah.
podcast.
That's who's that? That's John. John, the certified essay writer.
Johnny,
Yeah.
what's going on?
And Paranormal TV Explorer. So, thanks to those guys too.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm over here trying to find.
If you
JT's
notice
website.
on the other page, so I printed off some. What I did is I took a print off of some of our Instagram and our Twitter accounts that are following us. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a beer in front of my camera. Oh,
Oh no!
damn.
You can check that out on YouTube.
Yeah, you can check. Yeah. So
Check out
speaking
Scotty's
of,
beer.
Right, you can check out my racist white tide at YouTube because we're running camera on this,
Yeah, baby, coming at you from all sides now.
all angles.
I'm sure White Tide is really. Oh, it's a Belgian white.
It's
by
a
the way.
Belgian white,
So it's
yeah.
even double the racism.
When I first saw it, I thought it was a blue moon. Like the
That's-
label reminds
that's,
me.
That's what it reminded me
Yeah.
of too,
Yeah.
and that's why I picked it up. I was
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, this is
You know, it's actually very refreshing.
It's been years
There's
since
no-
I've had a beer.
right. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I could throw an orange slice in this, and it'd be just like a blue moon,
I taste no hate in this beer. At
All right.
brewed with the tears of
Of angels.
angels.
I
yeah.
do miss beer sometimes, like on a hot summer afternoon, man.
A hot day.
I was never like a big beer guy, but these days, like it makes me nauseous and stuff. So I just don't
Yeah.
fuck with beer at all.
Yeah,
Right.
I drink less beer. If I'm home, I drink bourbon.
Yeah, me too, man.
I've yet to pull that trigger and buy bourbon for home, but I do drink a shitload of bourbon at work.
Yeah,
Right?
I rarely drink at home actually. Usually, the only drinking I do most weeks is when I'm with you guys here.
I was gonna say this is the only time I really drink.
Well, you know, and I may drink like maybe twice a week, but it's usually like Friday or Saturday night.
right.
Yeah.
And it's when Sloan
Ain't
goes
hurt-
to bed.
ain't
and
hurting
I'm-
anything.
And like Sarah turns on, you know, we turn something on that we're watching on Netflix, and I pour myself a couple double bourbons, man, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Couple double bourbons.
Speaking of Netflix,
Yes,
before
sir.
we started this podcast, Dave said he wanted to talk to us about
Yeah.
this show he's watching, and I actually saw a trailer for it on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Dave, tell us about it more.
So it's called Surviving Death, and it's a pretty new show. I think they just posted it up maybe a couple weeks ago, but you know, it's right up my alley. It's right up our alley since
Right.
we're all into weird shit like that.
Absolutely.
But for those of you that have listened to our previous episodes, we did. Was that on the UFO episode when we also started talking about reincarnation and stuff? I can't remember.
Man, dude,
There's
I don't.
been
I
too many
honestly
episodes.
don't.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I
far.
don't
I
remember.
can't. I can't.
I
I
don't
can't
know. But one
whip
of the-
out a number for you.
Yeah, me neither.
I can whip
man.
something out for you.
Yeah. One of the early
Bastard,
episodes.
I was just gonna say that.
One of the really early episodes when we talked about reincarnation, I brought up the case of James Leninger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably like the most famous, most documented reincarnation case on the planet.
Help us out again. That's the little kid kid that basically said he was a fighter pilot
Yeah.
in World War, what, 1 or 2?
2. Yeah, he would wake up. He would have these, basically like night terrors, and he would wake up screaming,
Right.
airplane on fire, little man can't get out.
Little man can't get out.
And, at first his parents just kind of, thought it was just, like a regular dream or whatever, but it kept happening. And then when his parents, asked him more about his dream, he was able to name the specific name of who he was. He was having a past life memory of being a fighter pilot in World War II, and his plane got shot down, and him and his co-pilot both died. And he was able to name his name in his previous life. He was able to name his co-pilot's name, the type of plane that they were in.
Like, he had a ridiculous amount of recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about the Surviving Deaths series is that they go and they interview him in present day. And he's probably close to 20 years old now.
Cool.
Does he still remember?
Like, he still feels a connection to James Leninger, and he still is fascinated with planes and stuff. Like, he had like model planes hanging in his room and stuff. But and this is really common with reincarnation stuff. As he got older, those memories started to fade more and more, and that seems to be really the case with reincarnation stuff. When they're really young, 3 or 4 years old, they seem to be able to remember a lot, and then it usually kind of slowly fades as they get older.
I have a clip here, Dave.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I was going to say, we got a clip.
Cool. Is this the trailer? Yeah, okay.
Question of what happens
I
after we
got you.
die has intrigued humans for as long as we've been around.
That
As a
guy's from the
physician,
University of Virginia.
I know that most people don't think about death really until they're forced to.
Her brain was not functioning, and yet she had the most vivid experience.
My near-death experience changes how I understand death.
We think these people, they're gone, but they're always watching after us.
Someone said, "What is your name?" This thing is talking
Pause
to
it.
us.
Pause it real quick, Maddie.
Dude.
Okay.
What was
that?
So
dude?
that thing that you just saw.
Yeah, what was that?
This guy one day was in this house, and he said that he always got a weird vibe from his house. And so he started taking pictures one day with a Polaroid camera and started seeing these weird things showing up in his camera. Look like outlines of figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it kept happening, and he kept testing it. And then eventually what happened was he started asking the entity questions. That thing right
Look at
there.
that.
That was when he asked him what his name was. So he
The
took
entity or what his
he asked
name
no
was?
he asked the entity, what is your name?
Oh my God,
He took a
that's
picture of, like, his room, and then I mean they had dozens of them where the entity, assuming that this is legit,
Right.
the entity had gone in and written answers to all. They would ask him questions, take a
Man.
picture, and
Look
then
at that.
they'd get answers.
But it was only showing up on film. It wasn't
Not-
showing up on.
Yeah, and not only was it only showing up on film, it was only showing up on a specific type of, I think, Kodak, like Polaroid
Kodachrome?
film. No, not Kodachrome. It was another type that they don't make anymore. And so now they can't take pictures anymore because they
yeah.
don't make the film for whatever weird reason.
Yeah.
It only worked with this
Wow.
one specific type of film. And he would have friends come over. They would have parties, and everybody would bring their Polaroids. And yeah, pretty crazy.
And this thing was pretty active with them?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, man. So you're at a party and a dude whips out, "Hey, I got a ghost that talks. Everybody bring their Polaroid." I'm getting the fuck out, man.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
think? I
yo,
don't know, man.
I'm peacing out.
right.
See you later.
I'm not high enough for this party, boys.
I
I'm
would.
sorry.
I would.
If I was high and that shit happened, I'd
I
be
know,
like,
right?
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Especially
right
if it's
now.
the 70s.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
No, but like if you're with a group of people,
No,
like,
thank you.
I
would
don't want
do
that
it with-
shit following me home. You wake up and it's like, fuck you and
Right,
smoke
man.
or something.
It'd be cool at your house.
I think it was a fairly chill entity. Like I don't think he was
Oh, okay.
saying
Was-
any weird,
Well, that's
crazy
cool.
shit.
It wasn't
was-
aggressive or anything.
Yeah, it was just
like just
trying-
random animals show up dripping blood out of their mouth.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, thank you.
No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's okay. Want to continue this?
Sure.
Hell
go for
no.
Okay.
The first story that Ryan ever told, he said, "Mom, I think I used to be somebody else."
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. This is the biggest claim ever.
I don't believe we know everything.
Their loved one from the other side is there helping them cross over.
These signs and messages are always around us.
I would say, send me a cardinal when you get to heaven.
That one was
I
crazy
can't
too.
explain it.
but I know it was him.
So did she like send a card after she died?
A cardinal, a bird.
Oh, a cardinal. I was like,
it was like her mom. I want to say.
Is she sending like a Hallmark card?
We have something like that with Andrea's grandma.
Her mom
Yeah.
said. Her mom said, or she said, "Mom, whenever you pass away, I want you to send me a cardinal because that was her mom's favorite bird." So one day she went outside and this cardinal landed on her shoulder, and it would
Whoa.
it would not go
It
away.
wouldn't leave her?
It would not go away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was super emotional for her too.
Oh, I would have absolutely
Dude.
every
Ugh.
right to.
Yeah, absolutely.
If this is real, people should know. It'd change everything.
I think I'll be asking questions till the day I die. Again.
Again, nice.
Okay, I'm sold on that show.
Yeah,
that
it's
looks
definitely
really
worth
good.
watching. There's an episode. So
That looks
there's
really good.
There's the reincarnation
Yeah.
episode. There's a near-death experience episode. I think there's 2 episodes of like seeing dead people, communicating with dead
Dead
people.
bottle.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6 episodes total. But yeah, man, if you're into that kind of shit, it's worth watching. My mom's watched them all too.
I see a dead bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's watched them too. I can't find my grandpa's tapes.
Oh, you were looking for him?
My mom can't find them. I need to go. I need to go. You know.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah, we can definitely, whenever you do find them,
Yeah.
we can definitely digitize those for you, man.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, my grandpa before he passed away did
This
all
is
these.
Dave's badass grandpa.
My badass
Dave's grandpa.
the Dick
The
Slayer.
Dick Slayer, yeah.
Yeah.
You boys talking shit again.
Slayed a bear with his own groin.
Those tapes have to be in my mom's house somewhere, but I just don't
Where
know
they did regressive hypnosis on him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool,
And so
very
he had
cool.
all these different past life memories, and I've never listened
That's
to them.
cool as
That's-
hell.
that's
so
bitchin', dude.
you guys have the audio.
Yeah.
It's on cassette tape.
Yeah.
Why don't you just digitize that
That's
shit?
Well, that's what I want to do
yeah,
when
that's-
I can find the
When you can
tapes.
find them, we're gonna bring them in because we're gonna
last-
digitize
do
them.
they have an idea of where they are?
Well, the last time I saw them, they were in my mom's room in her top dresser drawer, and she went there to look, and they're not there. So, hopefully, my grandpa's not pulling some weird
I
shit.
know. I was like, no.
Yeah.
The Dick Slayer hath spoken. These tapes shall not be digitized.
Strike thee from the record.
Suddenly he's speaking like this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, good show, man. You guys should watch it.
Yeah.
I used to put buffalo in headlocks.
Now, wasn't there
Dave's grandpa.
with my balls. Dave's grandpa.
wasn't there a show that you were talking about earlier?
I can't remember.
What was it that you had up on the screen? Did we talk about that already?
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to. I kind of was looking for the surviving death, and then
Yeah.
Death to 2020 popped up.
So
yeah.
I just finished the history of swear words with
Oh,
Nicolas Cage.
yeah.
That was fantastic.
So I have that on my list, and I
Yeah.
started like the first 5 minutes.
It's fantastic.
And I just never went back to it.
Basically, they start with fuck,
Right.
and then I think they go to shit,
Yeah.
and I think maybe hell, damn, and I think there was one other maybe. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Well, I saw that like where people thought the name came from, fucking under the king or something.
yeah, fornicating under consent of the king.
Yeah, that's what it was. Wasn't true.
Yeah.
It was basically like, I guess it's someone's job as he was a fucker back in the day, like.
Yeah, what was the dude's name? They had a couple of
fucking-
names.
Yeah, like it was his last name, and so like, and it was like a really dirty job or
Yeah.
something, and no one wanted the job, so he was fucked. Like, he was the guy who fucked.
and his last name was Fucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Little did they know,
like
at the time.
Fuckalopus or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
you
Little
know.
did they know that was like a seminal point in human history. Yeah.
So like it just became a thing.
I love how the dude's name was. I remember thinking like that'd be a great character, like Jimmy LaFucker or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Jean LaFucker.
Yeah, well, it's like Fokker. It's like
Right.
Fokker, meet the parents.
And they were talking in it how like all these different like evolutions, and the one for shit I thought was really interesting. So they brought up both the acronyms that I've always heard, like shit. People when they came over, they had to bring their manure with them. They had to ship it high in transit. Blah blah blah. They brought that up. The one I thought was cool was they were talking about damn and how it's pretty much a swear word that's not a swear word anymore.
Yeah, nobody cares if you
Because
say
nobody
it.
cares, but at the same time, I'm not letting my kids say damn.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
I think we may have talked about this last week, but the other one that's a word but kind of not is ass.
Yeah.
Or like jackass.
Well, that's like a body part too.
Well,
Yeah.
Nicolas
Glorious
fucking Cage.
bastard.
Look at him, man. He looks like
Look at that
Emmett-
beard.
I just realized that Nicolas Cage looks a lot like 2021
I had
Eminem.
it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Fuck you.
That's a really bad audio right there. from
But you know
Nicolas
what?
Cage.
He's kind of the perfect guy to host that show.
No, it works. It really does.
I haven't watched all of them. I think I just watched the fuck one.
Honey. Iced tea. Sounds good, doesn't it? Maybe slightly sweet, could maybe use a squeeze of lemon, but still, it rings pleasantly to the ear. It sounds nice. It sounds like something you'd sip with relish, swish around in your mouth, and swallow with a big smile. Well, what if I told you that this phrase, sugar, honey, iced tea, is actually a secret code used to unlock a swear word so taboo, so graphic, that most of us can't even handle
I
hearing
think Nick
without
needs to
seeing
lay
it in
off
our
of the hair
mind's
dye,
eye.
bro.
Oh, shit.
Disgusting bodily function that this particular swear word is used to describe. Sugar, honey, iced tea. That's good
Chuck
shit.
Norris would have been a good host for this show too.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's some good shit.
That's some good shit.
I saw
Speaking
a
of
meme-
Chuck Norris,
Well, what's amazing to me about the F word, the fuck word, is
It's so
it's an
interchangeable.
adjective, it's a noun, it's
Yeah.
a verb. It has such flexibility.
It's literally
You know?
the most flexible word in all
Yeah.
of English language, man. It's a
it's got to
mouth.
be right up there, man.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, Chuck Norris definitely should have fucking hosted this shit.
He would have been good. Yeah.
I don't know. He would have killed everyone.
Chuck Norris.
You know,
Did
he
you
would
steal
have.
2 kilos of cocaine?
This dude even sings, man. It's crazy.
This blew me away when I heard it. We were playing this earlier.
You know, he sings a song.
I know. Dude, me and my mom used to watch the show when I was a kid and just laugh because it was so cheesy.
He sings the theme to Walker,
Yeah.
Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Here, I'll sing it too.
That's
Give me
how
a
much of
second.
a badass he is, dude.
Let it go. Let it go. I want to sing it. The eyes of the ranger are upon you. I don't know the rest of it. Hold on.
So
when you're in Texas, look behind you.
Oh my God.
Because that's where the ranger's gonna be.
Well, you know what? If
man.
Chuck Norris was behind me, I would definitely keep an eye
Right?
on him.
I'd keep going, man.
You
I'd
know,
keep going.
before the
Like my gun?
boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I saw a meme today of a picture
Well,
of Chuck Norris.
I love that.
Chuck Norris taking a picture out of a bottle that said coronavirus.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah.
Did you see that one?
That was that was on
Chuck
the old
Norris.
77 page.
Oh well, that's how I saw it then.
I put
Sorry,
it up there.
all of my shit just blurs together.
Yeah, man.
All of the shit that I look at throughout the day.
That's a derivative of peyote.
Oh, peyote.
P-U-T.
Yeah, so I uploaded these earlier from work, and we were playing them from here, but listening to them at work.
Where's the drug deal
Right?
going?
Okay,
Isn't
I did think about that for a second.
It's the same. Well, it's the same laptop that Dave used for a while. So every once in a while, I would just pop in and be like, "Hey, Dave, what's
Hey
up?"
Dave, how you doing? I see you like midget porn.
Yes, thank you.
But like Chuck Norris has made a living off his legacy, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and
Well,
rightfully so. The guy's
right.
a badass.
Dude learned from Bruce Lee.
Yes.
He played with Bruce
Right.
Lee. Like,
Yeah, man, Bruce Lee, I miss that guy. He was one of my heroes growing up as a kid.
dude,
Probably, he was
di-
probably one of your heroes too, since you were into martial
he
arts.
died before we were both born, though.
I know, but he was still one of my
Right.
heroes.
Right.
Just like, you know, Jimi Hendrix is one of my heroes too. He's been dead for a long time, but
Yeah.
Died in his throw up.
he was a beast. yeah, he did.
Just like Janis Joplin
yeah.
died in her throw up. Mm-hmm. And Mama Cass.
Oh my God, guys! Do you guys know the show on Vice, Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia?
No.
It's a great show. The whole show is just about like different psychoactive drugs. Like every episode is about a different drug. And so they've done episodes on like psilocybin mushrooms. They've done episodes on oh God. They did one on xenon. Do you know what xenon is?
Like the gas?
The gas xenon. Apparently if you inhale that, it's like the most effective anesthetic on the planet.
Jesus.
But it's super expensive, which is why.
okay.
But in Russia, they have these clinics where you can pay a shit ton of money, and they stick a mask over your face and they give you xenon. And they had like this lady came in with like her 6-year-old daughter. She was giving her 6-year-old daughter Xenon.
Why?
Because they felt like it was like spiritually useful.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why it's so damn high, because all the Russians are using it for spiritual cleansing.
Right.
You can just pick it up at the corner drugstore or something.
At the corner.
At your local, the same places you get all the other gases.
Honey, go down and get that stuff
Go down
for
and
me.
get vodka. Change 4 bottles out for Xenon, please.
That was a new one to me. I didn't know about Xenon. The one that I know of
That's
is
the shit they put in like neon lights and
They
stuff,
do,
right?
yeah.
So they're putting this into their bodies.
It's a noble gas. It's one of the noble gases.
Interesting. So it's like an anesthetic.
Weird.
Yeah, it's similar to nitrous oxide. Have you ever had nitrous oxide?
Oh yeah.
So they say it's similar to that, but it's supposed to be like way better, like way more enjoyable, which is hard for me to comprehend because the times I've been given nitrous,
it's a chemical though.
I don't enjoy nitrous. I never have.
But it's not a chemical though, because it's an element. It's a pure element. It's really not to the point where it's a chemical yet. It's not like a chemical. It's just pure xenon.
But it's okay. It's not harming you in any way.
It still has a chemical breakdown though.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Supposedly the noble gases are pretty harmless if you inhale them.
Right.
Apparently you can inhale any of the noble gases, and some of them have weird effects.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then there's another one about ibogaine. Do you guys know about ibogaine?
No.
Ibogaine is this shrub that grows in Africa, and apparently opiate addicts are taking it. They take it one time, and they have no desire to use ever again.
Huh.
It's fucking incredible.
That's cool.
It's like one of those things that's almost too good to be true.
Right.
But
We should give Kanye some of that.
No, man, he's got a crazy that just won't be taken away by an herb.
He needs more.
Did you hear about that rumor about Kanye?
Him and Kim?
No,
he
about the
cheated on Kim with like some tranny.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true though.
I can believe it.
I think it started on some like internet message board.
But
and
even like
spread.
the
I'm pretty sure she's got an enormous junk like dick like too. So
Kim.
Yeah, she's like knighting him every night. Come here, Kanye. I dub thee Sir Kanye of Coxworth.
I wonder what's gonna happen next with him.
I don't know.
Well, he already ran for president, so.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't do so well.
No.
If I didn't vote for him, he ain't got a chance, man. Not a chance.
He was a puppet.
Yeah,
Let's
he
be
was.
honest.
He was a
puppet.
He was a sideshow.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, let's be honest with.
He was there to steal votes.
Yeah, I think he was being used.
Yeah, I do too. He does too. He has to know. That's why he was laughing the whole way to the bank.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure he got paid for all that,
Oh,
even though that's illegal as shit. I'm sure he got paid for it.
Right.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, even the transsexual who came out, she said that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't heard all that.
That's what I saw on Snapchat, I think.
Okay, so guys, can we talk about a somewhat controversial subject? It's not political.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
So a buddy of mine who was very conservative posted a picture today of this guy, this just totally steroided out dude with a hairy chest, and he was wearing a sports bra, and it was a meme, and it said, "Hi, I'm Mindy. I'm here for, the women's shot put or whatever, and like the thing, I'm not even going to say what the thing said because I don't want to even get into politics. But,
I understand where they're going.
But here's my question for you.
Like the guys going in the bathrooms.
Here's my question for you.
Transsexuals go in the bathrooms and stuff.
That doesn't even bother me, but here's what does bother me. And you guys know,
It'll bother you once your daughter or your...
Okay, so you
it
guys...
doesn't bother me, though.
You guys know I'm pretty far on the liberal spectrum, but here's
Right.
where even I draw the line. So I want your opinion on this.
My genitals on another man, and I have never done that before I met you.
Okay, so if a guy... Wait, let me make sure I say this correctly. If a man decides that he wants to identify as a woman,
right,
and then he wants to enter himself into the 40-yard dash and compete against women that were born as women, should he be allowed to do so?
No.
I say no on that one.
Okay, we agree on that. We agree
you're
on
still
that.
a
then.
male. You still have the hormone.
Yeah.
Right.
We agree on that.
You still have the physical physique
You cannot
of a man.
compete in women's sports.
Yeah,
it's unfair.
You're going to blow him out of the water.
It's unfair.
Yeah, and apparently there have actually been people that were kind of like making fun of the fact that they could do that. Say, like, there was one guy that for one day said, I identify as a female, entered into a bunch of women's events, broke the records, and then the next day he decided he wanted to be male again.
Right.
Just to prove the point of how absurd it is.
See, There's a difference between that and a person who actually is willing to go through all of that,
who's genuine,
and do all of that.
Yeah, no, I
because
don't
like I don't
disagree.
have a see. It's those guys that you're talking about that are going into the bathrooms that are diddling kids. It's the guys that I'm talking about who they've gone through things. This is their lifestyle,
And that's fine. Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
fine.
They're not going to diddle kids because
Right.
they are a woman. They don't want to deal with that
Right.
inside.
Right.
Just born a man. It's not those people.
But
I
I
have
also
problems with.
disagree with like, you know, trans who want to compete in like high school sports and stuff like that because it's still unfair. It goes back to the Olympic thing.
Right.
It's still unfair if you get a scholarship over a girl, but you still have the athletic ability of a man.
Yeah.
That's unfair.
I agree.
That is unfair.
That's unfair, man.
Yeah.
Let's
But
be realistic
if
about it.
every woman in the competition said it was okay,
Well, then that's fine.
I wouldn't have
Then
a
that's
problem
fine.
with that.
So then let's take it a step further. If you want to take this a step further, then what we are probably headed towards is there's not going to be a men's shot put and a women's shot put.
No.
It's just going to be the shot put and anybody can enter.
No, but what happens when, we actually, like Elon Musk makes a sentient robot that wants to enter the Olympics then? Is he going to have to pick a sex? Is he going to have to pick a race? Because
but
that'll eventually happen one day.
Not in our
eventually,
lifetime, though.
Not in our lifetime, but eventually mankind will have the same problem like the movie Millennium Man or whatever with Robin Williams,
Mm-hmm.
where a robot becomes a person and then wants to be recognized as a person. That'll eventually
No,
happen
you're a
in
fucking
mankind.
robot.
But maybe he won't be at that time.
But
Maybe,
you are.
maybe it'll be a robot that's more advanced emotionally than people because he's been around forever. Or it's like in that movie, the robot, actually feels and gets compassion and starts making himself vulnerable to become human. Like, that'll happen one day. And then no one's going to give a shit about guys kissing other guys.
Have you guys
Then it's
seen-
going to be people on robot
I don't care
love.
about that stuff.
But that's what I'm getting at. Eventually, the prejudice will move to something else.
Yeah.
It's always going to be something.
Like if
to be
aliens
prejudiced
come,
about.
if aliens come, then then you're gonna
Right.
have the prejudice against aliens.
Right.
So there, that guy who Travis from that movie. Joe Rogan just had him on the show.
Travis Walton.
He was on Joe Rogan like 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
And he talked about his experience.
And he's not on stuff.
No, he's straight.
He doesn't do interviews.
He's straight laced. He
Yeah.
is straight as an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about his experience with the aliens, his interaction. He was frightened, but he didn't feel like he was in danger.
Yeah, and
Like
his-
they weren't aggressive with him, but they also had like humanoids and stuff on the ship or whatever the craft was to make him feel like he was at home, to put himself at ease with his situation.
Yeah.
So they can probe his dick hole. Yeah.
But the thing was, he said, I didn't feel threatened, and I think once the time comes where we don't feel threatened by them either,
they'll make themselves
I
known.
think they'll like expose themselves. For all the right reasons.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
He had a point, but this dude was like legit. His interview is so legit.
His story hasn't
If you haven't
changed.
seen it, check out Joe Rogan's podcast. I think it was like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, that dude's story hasn't changed.
That
in
dude is legit.
30
man.
years,
Yeah.
40 years.
And there were multiple witnesses. His friends all witnessed it.
Right.
Yeah. Why? What does he have to gain?
Nothing.
Right.
Besides fame, he doesn't want the fame.
And he doesn't want the fame.
He says he had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be known by this.
And that's how I feel about Bob Lazar too.
Right.
Lazar, yeah.
What was the other one I was going to say? Rogan also had on.
It's great pour.
I don't know if I'm going to pronounce his name right, but he's the I think he's a Jewish scientist, A.V. Loeb or Loeb. He is the Harvard
Loleob.
Loeb is his last name, and I think it's like either Ari or Avi, like AVI.
That's Avi.
Avi. So he's from Harvard, and he kind of stuck his neck out recently when he wrote a paper and said like,
Yeah, he's the guy that said that we've already been visited by extraterrestrials.
What's this guy's name?
And that
What's his name again?
AVI LOEB, like Avi Loeb. He's a professor from Harvard, and he basically stuck his neck out and said that I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Oumuamua.
Yeah,
the interstellar object that flew into the solar system that was really weirdly shaped, and it didn't have a trail behind it. There were all these weird things about it. He came out and said, like, I think that this was some sort of alien artifact, either them trying to communicate with us or what. But yeah, he was.
Well, this thing was the size of Texas, right? And it missed us by miles.
No, I don't think it was the size of Texas.
Was that the one?
Wow.
I think you're talking about like an asteroid.
Maybe.
I'm talking about Oumuamua, which is this really
It was an
oblong.
incredibly long rock.
Yeah.
That it was just basically like cutting through space.
Yeah.
Right? I thought I'd read where it was the size of Texas.
I'll have to look it up, but
like lengthwise.
Yeah. Let me see what I can find out on it. Size. So yeah, so that was an interesting episode.
I may have gotten that one wrong though, but I do know it was friggin' big.
Let's see here.
I do remember this like in the news.
2017, yeah. It's been a couple years ago. Came from outside of our solar system.
It was a special day when this object was first.
Okay, so the dimensions are 230 meters by 35 by 35.
Not even close then.
Yeah.
Discovered. We have been waiting for the discovery of an interstellar object for decades, basically.
Well, when I first heard about this interstellar object, it was very exciting just from a scientific point of view that finally
So one of the
there's,
interesting things
been
is
an actual observation of such
from
an
his
object.
appearance. Oh, look
This
at that.
object is simply a piece of another solar system that was expelled, and it has been traveling through interstellar space for hundreds of millions of years,
Right.
billions of years.
Forever, maybe.
It's
Number
interesting.
of our,
It's the first
survey
one of those that we've
projects
ever
and
observed in our own solar
observatories,
system.
Immediately turned their telescopes to take observations of this object.
Yeah, and the trajectory that it was on
From
didn't
the
make any
observations
sense.
we have so far, it looks like it's a very elongated object, maybe about a quarter mile in length.
We think this object, 2017 U1, is very long, perhaps 400 meters or so long, and very narrow, skinny, perhaps maybe 40 meters or so in the other dimensions. That's
Yeah.
a very unusual shape. We don't see that in our solar system. None of the asteroids in our solar system look like that. So it's very puzzling how it could have obtained this shape.
We also see that it's
kinda cool, though,
It doesn't have a
very
tail
reddish,
behind it.
Yeah, it's like a giant
color,
nail
which,
basically rolling
indicates
through.
that,
It's weird.
it's
Yeah.
been,
So
possibly in
what?
space a long
What
time.
Avi Loeb, however you pronounce his name, what he said on the Rogan podcast was basically like that there are a lot of other people, academics behind the scenes, that are applauding him for coming out and saying that, because he said basically you can't just come out and say that because you get laughed at by people.
Yeah.
Just like John Mack at Harvard when he started studying UFOs.
Yep.
The only thing that saved him was that he was tenured.
Yep.
And the same thing for David Jacobs at Temple University.
Yeah, that's right.
There is something to that where with academics, you have to stick to the script. And if you find evidence that's contrary to the accepted narrative,
Right.
they will try to squash that shit.
Yeah.
That's what basically happened with Graham Hancock's research, and until he did enough research that that it was undeniable that he was right. And I'm referring to the whole asteroid
Right.
strike thing a long time ago.
Hey, man, bring yourself down just a little hair there.
Okay. Here we go.
You're getting passionate and you're just...
I know, man. I get excited. What
That's
can I
fine,
say?
man. I love it.
What can I say?
Just a clean hair there.
Is that good? Is that
That's
bad?
interesting though. So are there like different opinions about maybe it's a ship or something?
Well, that guy from Harvard was the only one that really came out and said, like, I believe that this is an not natural object, that it's from some sort of alien civilization.
He thought it was something. I don't think he thought it was a ship. But
Right.
he
No, he
definitely-
didn't necessarily say it was a
He
ship.
definitely thought it was something.
But it was from
though.
another universe.
Yes, he
Yeah.
just thinks that it's not a
Another
natural
galaxy.
Well, imagine, so the way I kind of imagine it is like a giant oblique, like an obelisk from Egypt, the great big pointy thing that looks like a dick hanging out of the sand, flying through space.
Yeah.
Like a giant needle, basically.
Yeah.
You can see the trajectory, dude. It's like
Yeah.
it comes down.
Yeah,
And it
that's
wasn't-
and that's weird in itself, right there.
Yeah, because the normal trajectory that thing the sun would have sucked it in and would have tossed it out.
Right. You think it would have just whipped it around the sun?
Yeah. So that's the other thing that they have no idea how to explain.
Right.
The
How come the
trajectory makes-
sun's gravitational pull isn't affecting it?
Yeah. It's very, very
Yeah.
strange, man. And the other thing that he mentioned on the podcast was like, now that we've discovered this one, it'll be easier for us in the future if another one of these things comes around. He even said, like, if we would have known about it ahead of time,
Yeah, we could have landed
we
on it.
potentially could have sent something to it. And
Didn't that just happen? Didn't Japan or China or someone in the East, didn't they land a spacecraft on a comet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about super recently, or
It's within the last same time frame as this.
Yeah.
Within the past
I
couple
know
of years.
the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because if I remember right, they were doing a study on the feasibility of mining that
yeah,
thing.
right? Yeah,
That's where it's at. That's when we've run out of resources and it's easier to go out to space and mine than it is to mine here. Oh my
Yeah.
God, could you imagine that? Like you could go to, say, where you could go to Venus, where you could have, potential diamonds, or mine the atmosphere for ammonia or whatever.
Yeah. If you guys if you guys had the opportunity to say, take a spaceship and go chill on the moon for a while, would you do it?
Probably not.
I don't know, man.
I have I love space stuff.
Yeah.
You just have no desire
But
to
I have
be
no
in
desire to
space?
sit on a fucking rocket. Like, it's not my cup of tea.
Well, and it
Yeah.
ain't like there's a whole lot going on the surface of the moon either.
Right. I mean, if there was a theme park up there.
Right.
you
And I
know.
feel the same way about Mars. Like, it's barren.
Well,
have you seen that shit where they've taken like a lottery and people have signed up for it and they're gonna go to Mars and there may not be a return trip for these people?
Yeah, start a colony.
That's crazy.
Right.
That was one of the things that Elon wanted
Yeah.
to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 months. It's gonna take them 3 months to get there.
Yeah.
It takes 3 months to get to Mars.
It takes 3 months to get to Mars.
I thought it took longer than that, like a year or something.
No.
No.
Okay.
No. It takes them about 3-4 months now to get to Mars.
How long did it take him to get to the moon?
I don't think it takes long to
Couple
get to the moon.
days?
No, I don't even think it's that.
Yeah.
Like an hour or two. It's not very long.
They're going pretty
because you're
fast.
still within the Earth's gravitational field.
Yeah. About 160,000 miles, I want to
Maybe.
say. Something like
Maybe.
that. Hey, Siri, what's the distance to the moon?
According to universalday.com, the short answer is the average distance to the moon is 300.
So it's 7 months to get to
7
Mars.
months, yeah.
I was thinking 3. I knew it was months.
But that's a long time.
3 months is a long time, but fuck, 7 months.
7 months in a spacecraft
And you got
to get to Mars, and then it's 7 months back.
You got to eat
Maybe.
some...
It's a whole year and a half.
You got to
Maybe.
eat awful food.
Well, not a year and a half. Less than a year and a
No,
half.
maybe it's 7 months back. Maybe you have an affair. Maybe you don't. Maybe you make it. Maybe you don't.
You got to poop into a bag.
Do you recycle your own urine at that point? I mean, you'd have to, right?
I mean...
You'd have to have air scrubbers and urine recyclers, and
That's the hardest part of doing all of that is just the supplies that you have to
Yeah.
take with you. But hey, man, if there are people out there that are crazy enough to do it, I'm all about starting a colony on Mars and seeing where we can go from there.
3 days to get to the moon.
3 days.
3 days.
So
I figured it was super chill to get to the
And
moon.
it's like 230,000 miles on average is how far away it is.
I'm amazed we're not on the moon now.
It
How
doesn't
come
make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense,
All right,
right?
how come we haven't got a base on the moon?
It doesn't. It makes no sense to me why we did 6 or 7 trips to the
Yeah.
moon, and then we decided, fuck it, we're not doing that again, and
Right.
we haven't been back since.
And we haven't been back since.
Although the Chinese, I think,
And that was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
69.
What was it? The last Apollo? Apollo 13? Something like that.
You're telling me with all the technology we have today that we can't get somebody up there?
Oh, we can, but
Why are we not?
But
why are we not?
the story is like, well, there's just nothing up there for us, but it just doesn't make sense to me,
Right.
man. This is where the conspiracy theorist in me thinks there's more
Me
going
too.
on here, man.
This makes me the conspiracy theorist in me says that the government has already built a
Mhm.
base on the moon,
Right.
and that's why we haven't been back.
Space Force.
Right.
And if you want to go balls deep into that, I mean, there are stories that supposedly when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon, they saw other ships and they saw other beings staring back at them.
Well,
and all
what?
this weird
Did
shit.
they say? Have they ever said anything about that?
Not
they're-
publicly.
Not publicly, but
they have
there's-
said it like behind closed doors.
Buzz Aldrin has said as much, pretty much.
What'd he say?
I don't remember exactly all what Buzz has said, but he's pretty much hinted at the fact that aliens exist,
And another-
he's aware of it.
Yeah, and Edgar Mitchell, who was the 6th man to walk on the moon, also.
But
said
there's,
the same
if
thing.
I remember right, it's one of those like expeditions on the moon where so NASA always ran like a backup channel just in case,
Yeah.
like something went goofy and they had to switch to it, but it was never broadcast what channel it was. So if the guys had issues, they would tell them to go to the secondary channel. Well, only ground control and the guys in the field knew that channel.
Right.
And so apparently they went dark for a while because they had switched over to that secondary channel to discuss something that the guys had seen.
And
then when they come back,
Yeah.
they're, blah, blah, blah. And then they go do their thing.
And that's supposedly when they switched to the other channel is when they started talking about seeing
Aliens
other
and shit.
ships
Yeah.
and buildings and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. And supposedly all that stuff is on the dark side of the moon because the very interesting and
Right.
also weird thing about the moon is that it's locked to the Earth's. It's tidally locked. To
Right.
the Earth,
It doesn't
so
like
that
kind
you
of spin.
We
It doesn't
only see
spin to
one
us,
side of the
right?
moon every time.
It spins, but it spins at the exact at such a speed that
It pretty much matches the
only
rotation of the Earth.
Yeah, we
Ah,
only
I
see
see.
one side of
So
it.
we're constantly
Right.
only locked with one side of the moon. That's
Yeah.
why there's the dark side of the moon.
It's
Interesting.
truly
And
bizarre.
China's the first country to map the dark side of the moon.
Yeah,
they
I believe
really?
they just went to the moon a few years ago.
They just landed a probe, I think, last year,
I thought
year
they
before
have-
maybe.
I thought they sent people.
I don't know
Do
if
they have
sent
footage?
people or not.
Do they have footage?
I think
I
so.
don't know. I'm sure they do.
Well,
so.
here's a couple of the reasons why we haven't been back for a lunar surface.
Air
surface
quotes, reasons.
Budgetary and political hurdles, not scientific and tech.
Reasons.
Yeah,
Budgetary, they said.
yeah, budgetary and political hurdles.
Political hurdle,
That's
like
the kind
you
of-
tease up somebody's ass, and
that's
if you
the-
go to the moon
right.
again, we're going to zap your ass back to the Stone Age.
That's the kind of country we are. We just can't even get past our own selves.
So they're going to try to go back to the
Right.
moon in 2023. China is.
China is, but not us. Shit, we
Yeah.
still got to pay Russia to get up in space.
So it says China is preparing for future missions that could set the stage for an eventual lunar base to host human explorers.
Interesting. Now, that's a good question. So, as Americans, are we okay with China setting up a base on the moon and not us?
Yeah, I'd have a problem with
Right?
It's a
Would
tough
that be
one.
cool if China was up there and they could look down and, space piss on us?
that. Who knows what the hell they're setting up there?
Because I'd do that. I'd space piss all
They
over
might
the
set
Earth.
up a little base.
Well,
you never know.
I mean, if it's
like, why instead of having a space station that orbits the Earth, why not just set up a fucking
right, why not do a staging
station
or a
on the
launching
moon?
pad?
Because now you have the technology to do it.
You know what, man? Star Trek had it right. They had a moon base where they
Yes.
started out, and then they had a shipyard in orbit.
Right.
They built the ships in orbit.
I
Well,
didn't
that's
know
the thing
that.
with Mars. You'd have to set up something at the moon first.
Right.
Because then that's where your lily pads
That's
at.
where you stage.
Right.
You whip it around the moon, get that whip,
Yeah.
that gravitational force, and you
Yeah.
set off.
Now, if you run into some aliens,
Right.
you run into some aliens.
You know,
Hopefully your germs will protect you.
the
Yeah.
the NASA
I got
feed,
COVID. Watch out, bitch.
The ISS feed sometimes has some pretty weird shit that shows up.
Right.
And then they cut the feed.
Yep.
When that type of shit happens.
Yep.
All kinds of weird things.
Yeah, there's a show on the History Channel, and I can't remember what it is. It's right after the Curse of Oak Island, and they go through internet videos and they try to disseminate what's real and what's not. The one that was on last night is they had this. It was in Singapore, and it was a video of a guy getting out of a bus. The bus stops. It opens up. It's in traffic. This guy walks out in like a white shirt and like red pants. And he walks out and he looks over and is immediately creamed by a bus. The bus stops and another guy walks out of the bus that looks exactly like him and then takes off. So it's like this guy walks out of the bus, gets hit by another bus, then he walks out of the bus again and takes off after he got hit. And it's like, well, is that real or not? Then there's one where a guy is walking down the street and a cat walks out in front of him. And then he takes a step up again and the exact same cat walks out. And it looks innocuous, like innocent,
Yeah.
but really it's the exact same thing happening twice. like it's a glitch in the Matrix almost.
Right. So what did they?
Like the guy with the bus, they came to find out that was actually a pre-recorded staged video, but there was another one from a dash cam in Russia that they kind of went off of it, and it was a car driving down the road, and out of nowhere it looked like it hit something that was invisible. And it just boom, and it popped down.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said that looked real. Like they had all this stuff, and it looks like that car really hit something that we can't see.
Wow.
That's insane.
And they were going over like if they had staged it, and they had experts talking about trajectories and angles and camera angles. And I mean, they really broke it down like really hardcore. And they're like, yeah, everyone said that's real.
It's going to be so hard for us to distinguish real shit from fake shit.
Right. What's the Photoshop and what's the real? I mean, I feel sorry for people who believe everything they see and hear now because it's so easy to manipulate that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay, so this video here, it says astronaut Buzz Aldrin saw aliens on the moon.
On the moon.
So this is from Logan Paul Impulse.
Logan Paul.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Guy in the face.
Oh, no, I didn't see him punch the guy.
It is incredible.
Yeah, I do know
Isn't
what
Logan
he saw
Paul
when
the
we
guy that
landed,
knocked
but you can't
out
talk about it.
what's his
sister
name a few
confirmed
weeks
it.
ago?
I think so. Yeah.
What's going on right now?
When we landed on the moon.
Oh,
there
that's
was,
Stephen
around
Greer.
that
He's a
crater
fucking
above where we
wacko.
landed,
Oh, he is?
multiple ET
Keep
craft
listening
that
to
were
him though.
discovered
He's full of shit though.
when
He's
they
a
were watching.
snake.
And that
He's the guy that charges people thousands of dollars to come out with him and hunt UFOs.
Really?
But he makes you sign a big fucking non-disclosure agreement so you can't talk about it.
So he's a fraud.
He's totally a fraud. But some people love his movies.
Yeah.
But I think he's
proxy for the Cold War. That's the truth.
Right. So you're telling me when Buzz Aldrin stepped on the moon, he saw 5 extraterrestrial aircrafts.
Well, I think there were more than that. I think
just watching him take his first step on the moon.
Well, actually, Neil Armstrong was the first.
No, his first step.
Stephen Greer is...
You know, Buzz Aldrin was totally going to be the first one out. And he was like tucking his shirt in or something, and Neil just jumped it on him.
He's like, fuck you.
Fuck you, Buzz. Bam. First one on the moon, bitch.
Moon jump.
Keep going. I want to hear what this snake has
I mean,
to
the most
say.
important event in the history of mankind. We just lost it. My dog ate the homework. I mean, it's
my
nonsense.
dog does eat the homework.
He's got a big
discovered
I love
that
your
could totally
dog.
be
Sure,
true.
they're
Oh, you've
beautiful.
seen her?
Yeah,
she
they're
eats everything.
He
She
thinks
ate my
very highly of himself.
For being ripped, this guy, for being a nerd, he's pretty ripped.
Which guy? Stephen Greer?
No, this Aaron
Logan Paul?
Logan Paul.
Yeah, the nerd guy.
Well, he's a boxer now.
He's not a nerd.
This dude?
No. Logan Paul, the guy on the right.
That dude.
No, I'm not talking about. No, I'm talking about the guy who they have on the show, man.
Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ripped. He definitely works out. Yeah. He's an ER doctor.
Huh.
Oh,
it's very sad.
Thanks for the clarification, Mike.
Well, because some people thought it wasn't, right?
Hey, that's wild.
I don't care about this guy. I want to fucking hear the other guy.
We're free. There's things watching you.
Keep going.
Man,
Keep going.
that's under. So we'll have some other people there.
Like, yeah, you think they'd be stoked, and then they like.
That's the other thing was the press
Not looking
conference
too-
after they got back from the moon. It was really weird. Like if you watch the press conference, there's a really weird vibe going on there.
Well, they didn't know if anyone was going to come back.
Right.
I mean, there's a whole have you seen?
But I'm talking about after they got back.
Right, but they didn't think they were coming back. Like Nixon recorded a whole statement. They were going to have it all, broadcast. Saying that these brave men died on the moon and everything.
Really? He had everything set up?
Had it all ready to go.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But
a couple
of
years ago, we got our hands. Me and a couple guys from the radio station got our hands on some of that old audio.
How about that?
And it was interesting.
The pre-recorded stuff.
Mhm.
You actually got to listen to it.
Yeah, we heard some of it. I think it's in maybe I want to say National Archives or something. But yeah,
Fucking Nixon recorded everything.
Oh God, yeah.
That was his downfall.
Yeah, right.
That was his downfall.
Tricky dick, man.
Too happy there. That is wild.
No,
so
they
what about
were,
Buzz? Has Buzz hit you up? Or have
Has
you
Buzz hit you? Has Buzz hit you
Has he
up?
punched you in the face yet?
No, because look, I don't force anyone to go further than where they're comfortable. I understand this. My military advisor was in one of these unacknowledged projects, and he understood that lethal force has been used and enforced secrecy on that, and it was a very dangerous thing back some years ago when we first started this. Now I don't worry about it, but we got people that have our backs. I won't say more than that.
He's got 2 documentaries
Are we at
on
risk for
Netflix.
having had you on the show?
Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys have probably watched at least one of them.
I would like to hear from Buzz's own mouth, just the old footage of him talking.
Yeah.
saying this is what he saw. That'd be a lot more interesting than listening to this guy.
Listening to a third-hand
Yeah.
story, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
trying
Absolutely.
to like go down this rabbit hole of looking for this information.
I've said this before, but anybody that acts as an intermediary between you and whatever, whether it's God or UFOs or aliens, I don't trust him, man. And that's what Stephen Greer is. Hey, you drop me a few $1,000, I'll get you in touch with ET.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's what he does. That's just my opinion. I got to talk to David Jacobs one day on Skype for an hour.
That's cool.
And I asked him about Stephen Greer, and he said, "No, dude, he's a charlatan." He said he's a well-known charlatan. So,
well, then I'd take his word for it.
Yeah, I'd take
absolutely.
David Jacobs' word over
Yeah,
his word. You guys want to take a quick break?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, do you want to?
Sure, absolutely.
So let's take a break.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you would like to become a part of the Old 77, feel free to call or text.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
573-246-0779.
You
Leave
can
us a
also,
message.
yeah, absolutely. You know, you never know. You may get put into a promo. We got a couple of them already with listener line messages. Also, if you'd like to become a part of the show on Patreon, that would be awesome. You could help support us. You could help keep the show rolling. You could help a whole bunch of stuff. And you could help yourself get your name on the show, just like our friend Toby. Check us out, patreon.com/the-old-77-podcast. That's patreon.com/the-old-77-podcast.
See you on the flip side.
Yeah.
On the flip side.
Oh, the boy shush. Ow.
Now I'm a gal who's been around. I've known men poor and rich, yeah. And seems like every man I've found goes for the gal who serves him Schlitz. So listen, honey, and take it from me. There's just one Schlitz. Oh, yeah, nothing else comes near. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer. Now, I won't guarantee social success with Schlitz, but it can't hurt. You see, it's most carefully brewed for flavor, gusto, and aroma. Pure beer without beer bites. Schlitz, like I said, honey. If you like it light with a big taste, too, there's only one brew that will do when you're out of Schlitz. You're out of beer.
Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee, and other great cities.
Drinking some White Tide.
It's my jam, man.
Welcome back to the Old 77. It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world. Fellas.
Bringing it back with the Doors on the Moonlight Drive.
This was the band I was most obsessed with in high school.
We talked about this before. I was as well.
Yeah.
I don't believe that,
Big
man.
Philly Mike still
Big Philly
listens
Mike?
to the Doors.
Yeah, man. Hey, speaking of,
He
man,
dances around his house naked.
I have a death pact with a friend to the Doors.
I listened to the Big Philly Mike episode, and it was very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
the
our
last
first.
episode,
that was our first episode. Really, kind of trying to figure out how to get everything running, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded good, man.
Yeah, man.
So Big Philly, what's up, baby?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
I can't wait to. I'm sure we'll have him back, and
I can't wait.
I'll be present for that.
So
one.
what I can't wait, and I hope we're all here present for that one too, is when Big Philly Mike comes back out here.
it's gonna be
it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna
now
be real
that's
fun.
gonna be the Hangout podcast.
Can't
right
wait.
there.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
the ultimate
Oh, man.
hangout podcast.
Yeah, you got.
Speaking of other podcasts,
Dude.
give Doomsday Podcast a hit up. These guys, they explore the most traumatic, bizarre, and most awe-inspiring, but largely unheard of disasters from throughout human history.
Well, also Cassandra Explains It All. Check her out. Cassandra Explains It All podcast.
And this one because I just really like the name of it, the Stressed, Depressed, and Anxious podcast.
Freaks me out.
Because that describes most of us many days, you know.
Stressed, depressed, and anxious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stressed, depressed, and anxious 24/7, and I'm talking about it on my podcast every Monday.
Yeah, give these people a listen, man.
Yeah, man.
Do that.
These are some of our podcast friends who we are following, and they are following us on social media.
Yeah.
So huge thanks if you're following us on social media.
Yes.
I like this. I think we should keep doing this, guys, where
Oh,
every
yeah.
week we should just whip out some new, another list like this.
Absolutely. The only problem is, as the list grows, there's no way I can listen to all of these people that are
I know.
giving us support.
Well, now that I have Bluetooth in my vehicle,
I'm trying.
I can do that now.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
I just saw the new vehicle for the. I saw
new Jeep, man.
That was
Yeah.
the first time in person. It was breathtaking.
I
Man.
love that fucking car, dude.
It was
Oh,
breathtaking.
I love that vehicle.
Right?
Man. Why
I'm
would I
s-
call it a car? That's like sacrilege.
Yeah, absolutely. A Jeep is like its own special category.
Right.
Yeah,
almost.
you know, when I came to the conclusion that I need to sell my old Jeep, I was like, man, maybe I should get like a pickup truck or something. And you know, I just like, I tried to imagine myself.
You're not a pickup truck,
No,
dude.
I'm not.
Man.
And I like having the doors off. I love having that freedom, the
Right.
top off, and all that.
Yeah.
I've had a Jeep for the last 14 years of my life. I'm going to keep it that way. And I want Sloan to be a Jeep person growing up as well. Like, it'll
Yeah.
just kind of rub off on her.
You know,
It's funny. We were talking about.
Yeah.
I was listening to our bonus content episode coming out next week, and I was editing it, put it together, and we were talking, Dave and I, about how everyone was coming to you saying, they were worried about all the rust under your old Jeep.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
you posted that picture of you guys creaking.
And the funny thing, it's funny that you brought that up because my friend Booker, him and I are best buds from Florida days and all that. Him and his wife and their two little girls live in Atlanta. Ben, if you're listening to this, what's up, bro? And so anyway, he called me and he's like, dude, I cannot believe that you posted that shit of you creek hiking with your Jeep.
Right,
And
as
I
you're
was-
trying to sell it.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I was just straight up with it.
it's almost like a.
So they were, dude, I had.
Oh, I bet.
So if you go to Facebook Marketplace and you put anything up on there, especially a vehicle that's a hot commodity,
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
dude,
you could,
I
you
had
could find a place to rent there.
I had
Yeah.
so much response on there. The first day I had like the first 24 hours, dude, I must have had like 20 people. So I
Jeez.
had to basically like take the first two people who were really interested in it, not asking stupid questions, just being
Right.
like, when can I see it?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, let's set up a slot for you at 5:30, and then the next person came at 6:30, and so the first guy was local.
Double check that.
Second guy was from St. Louis, and from there on in, man, I was like, this will sell.
Yeah.
So, but all these guys were dropping to their knees, looking underneath the carriage.
Of course they were.
And there was hardly.
I thought he was going somewhere different with that.
well,
at first.
yeah, I know. There was so much innuendo.
Yeah,
there.
they had to suck my dick before they had to look at the Jeep.
like,
Okay, Is
damn.
that-
Before you fondle my baby, you gotta
Yeah.
fondle my baby.
if you can fondle these balls, you can fondle the Jeep.
I don't know if I want the Jeep that bad.
Then you gotta dodge a wrench.
But it was in great condition underneath. I was surprised there wasn't more rust.
Yeah, man, your undercarriage really held up.
That's dude. I sold
yes,
my old
thank you,
Honda.
Scott.
I sold my old Honda Accord
It's hairy,
on
too.
Facebook Marketplace. Same thing, dude. I posted that shit, and I had like 20 people that sent me messages within the first couple hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
Facebook
dude, it was-
Marketplace is.
Dude, I've
it
heard
works.
that if
the
you're gonna
spot,
sell something,
dude.
that's the jam.
That is the spot right
Yeah.
there.
It works.
So, and it was like night and day. I went from a Jeep, 17-year-old Jeep, but I had it for 14 years. Electrical problems, it ran good.
Yeah.
Had a CD player in it. The heating button was broken, so I had to use like a pair of pliers to like switch up like
so it was
my
a real
options.
Jeep.
It was. And so I go from that to having like all these amenities
Yeah.
inside this new one.
Yo, I bet.
What's your stereo? Do you have an auxiliary jack so you can plug your phone in?
I have
and stuff?
Bluetooth. I have all kinds of media
Cool.
hookups.
Got
Scott
Bluetooth.
saw
Right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, the back seats come down. You can camp in that fucking
You have
thing.
to show
yeah.
that to me, man. You have to show
Yeah,
it to me.
it's fucking
I don't
cool.
remember. Do your back seats lay flat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You guys know where I live, and we've got an old Honda Accord that's getting pretty old, and when that thing dies,
Yeah.
I'm starting to consider like, damn, maybe if like a 4-door Jeep would be a good
Right.
idea for
And
us.
you don't have
You
to.
need that.
This
Yeah.
this is the thing, and I even posted it on Instagram the other day. Like, so it was snowing out. We got more snow than we thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
And MoDOT. Okay, I'm
fucked
gonna
it
go
up.
out and attack MoDOT real quick.
Yeah, they fucked it up.
You guys fucked up. You weren't ready for it. When I got on the ramp there at fucking Boonville, and in 50.
Yeah.
It was a mess. Slush everywhere, dude. Like, I saw people in cars spinning out of control.
Yeah, I saw some video from out that way.
But
and
the
it was-
Jeep in 4-wheel drive was amazing. Like,
But at the same time, you
I had
gotta be
total
careful.
control. I understand that.
Yeah.
I lived in Vermont.
Yeah.
I understand like snow and all that
Sure,
other stuff.
sure.
But the thing is, you have to watch out for other people.
Right.
But when it was just me and I had to worry about myself and Sloan, I had full control of the road.
For me,
it
it's
was
always,
amazing. Dude.
That's good.
It's
Felt
always
safe.
when you
And you
got
feel
those
safe
guys
in it, yeah.
with
Yeah.
4-wheel drive that feel
Yeah.
safe, but then they just think they can drive like normal in it.
No. I did not
Right.
drive like that.
I know
no.
you don't, but
Yeah.
that's the type though that I'm getting.
I
at.
saw a couple pickup trucks doing like 80 down the
You
highway.
see
I'm
those
like, you
guys
fucking
with 4-wheel
morons.
drive.
These
in
fucking
the,
redneck piles
exactly.
of shit.
It makes
But they
me
know
mad.
how to drive in that shit though too.
I'm gonna drive real fast
Right.
and fly off the road here.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I got
man.
hit by
like,
one of those dudes. Totaled out one of my trucks one time.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Dude's name was William E. Speed.
Was it really?
Willie
Nice.
Speed.
Hey, if your last name's Speed, I guess you have to live
Right.
up to your name.
And he
right?
did,
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah.
But Dave, if you are considering like a new vehicle, like in the so future, highly recommend a Jeep, man.
Okay.
Especially the 4 doors, because I mean,
God damn it, Willie.
the safety,
Right.
all this, it's so safe.
Okay, so on that point, because back in the day, that was always the thing that I heard
Jeeps are
about
real
Jeeps was
unsafe,
that they
yeah.
were real unsafe. So,
Yeah.
but I had heard that they've kind of turned that around
They probably were
recently.
back in the day.
Yeah.
but now there's so many safety features.
Yeah, I've heard they're pretty good
A
now.
lot of safety features.
And they are unsafe if you roll with the top down and the doors off and you have an accident,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you
know.
saw me in the summertime last
Right.
year. I was
No,
just
man.
like,
Matty
Yeah.
rolls
balls are
and
hanging
stuff,
out the
right.
door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The best feeling is when you have your doors off and you have shorts on. You stick your leg out and you pull up your shorts, dude, and that air just hit your balls.
Get that nice, yeah.
Just immediately peels it off your leg, you know.
It just like airs out your sack and you're
It's a great swamp
Your
ass.
fucking Nifkin right there,
on,
man.
on a hot
Nifkin.
July.
Oh, dude,
hot
it's
July
great.
day.
But the
the
thing is,
Nifkin.
now
Oh
we
my
have the
God.
option. Now we have the option of taking the doors off, leaving the back doors on.
Yeah.
We have the T-tops on the front.
That's
it's a
bitchin'. I like
three-part.
that.
It's a 3-part hardtop. So
Wow.
you can so you can
Right.
take off the front, and Sloan has her roof on and her doors on, so
But
she's
you
still
guys
cool.
Are, you guys
Yeah.
are good.
And she's still getting air conditioning while Sarah and I are enjoying.
She's got
the,
like her own separate little
the
pod.
Jeep life
Yeah.
still. Yeah,
That's cool.
So to say.
So you can kind of climate control each little pod there, sort of.
Yeah, it's pretty
right?
cool.
That's
it's pretty
awesome,
cool, man.
I
And-
have to ask this question: have you had sex in it yet?
Not yet. We haven't christened it.
It's early.
Well, it's funny because
Cold
I'm-
out.
It is.
I
fucking
joined
cold out.
this new Jeep group. It's like all like JLs.
Yeah.
Because JLs are from 2018 to 2021.
So it's a specific model.
Yeah.
All right.
So like these two people, this couple that I sold today, they posted this. They were on a beach down in Jacksonville. They had the back seats down, and they were just like kind of laying in their Jeep together on the beach, looking at the waves coming in. I was like, you motherfuckers.
Right.
It looks amazing. But you can do that here with the
Oh, yeah.
you know, the mountains and all that, and the
There's some beautiful places,
places here in Missouri.
Dude, you can take that Jeep out to Binder. You can do the same thing.
Dude, yeah, I can do the like whole like secret handshake thing.
Right.
I took-
Maybe get a handy. Maybe get a bush handy. you
Hands
know?
are for horses.
We've talked about Binder
I'm
on
over
this
here.
podcast before, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
We've talked
we
about
have.
that place. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot we're on video now.
Oh, busted.
Scott's like this.
I'm over here like, woo.
I forget
There,
too
there's
because
no two in the pic.
Right? No, it's all in the pink.
man,
Is it pink in there though?
All in the pink at Binder. Well, it's all pink on the
Chocolate
inside,
starfish.
dude.
that's what they say. Chocolate starfish.
Hey,
I had to explain to my
it's
wife.
a safe place.
I
right?
had to explain to my wife what chocolate starfish meant the other day. She didn't know what it meant.
Oh man.
Yeah. Remember that we all remember the Limp Bizkit
Well,
album.
yeah,
Of course,
the
of
chocolate
course.
starfish.
Well, Limp Biscuit. I mean, Jesus, that itself.
It's a
you
limp
know?
biscuit. It's a,
Right.
So
So the Limp Biscuit. So you put a biscuit in the. I don't know why it's a biscuit for some reason, but you put a biscuit in the center of a circle jerk, and everybody just has their. You know, they shoot their business,
And
and
it
then the
becomes a
last
Limp
one to
Bizkit.
come has to eat the Limp Biscuit.
That's fucking gross. Is
Just
that a
like
thing?
Grandma used
I
to
don't
do
know.
it.
That's always what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about that.
Just like Grandma used to do it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it could mean like your junk's just like your junk is just limp. You know what I mean?
I don't, you know, I mean, you are in a
Yeah.
circle of dudes cracking one off.
That is
you know?
gross, man.
Yeah. Chocolate starfish is gross enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only if
It's
it's
like-
chocolate.
It's like if you're gonna look at like
true.
I've never
I
looked
want
at
the
asshole.
albino one.
Me neither.
And I plan on not to. But
Yeah.
I mean, you defecate out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, everything cleans.
It's a turn off.
Everything clean. Like if I had to
Right?
do it, I would want to do it right after shower.
I'm just saying, you've wiped shit with your hands,
And I want-
you've eaten off your hands in the same day. I
yummy.
guarantee it.
I want to be the one that sees the loofah scrubbing that thing off, man, scraping it. I'm not taking any chances.
I want to see the loofah scrubbing it. I gotta have 4 forms of ID.
wanted to fuck me.
Yeah.
His grandmama's gotta be there to ID him.
I'm reminded of the.
But I have my friend. It's right now. It's his prime season.
I
for
was gonna
eating
say,
ass.
yeah.
Like the
one guy.
first frost is back in November, so he's been chomping down. I'm sure.
So he'll go from hard frost to when?
You know how there's like
Memorial
a
Day?
lick a lot of puss. His is a lick a lot of ass.
Lick a lot of ass. I like it.
Dude, if you're listening right now, I'm not even gonna say your name.
No,
you know who
man,
you're
that's
talking.
cool.
It's my buddy, man.
Right.
We all know a
we
guy.
talked about
Ass
it.
Eaters Unite. Go
Episode
for it, bro.
19 with
Yeah,
Goody.
With Goody.
Go back and listen to it. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Everyone has gone back and listened to that one. That's our top performing episode.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a friend who says, it's not ass eating season until the first frost of the of the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ass eating season
Yeah,
for
he,
him.
but he says, he'll make an exception if they shower.
I believe he.
in the
I believe he
summertime.
got that. I believe he got that advice from the Farmer's Almanac.
I mean,
if I'm
no
not
one-
mistaken.
right.
What is the obsession of eating ass though? Like it's
become big lately, hasn't it?
Spitting in the mouth too.
Yeah, that's
What is
become
that?
What's that? I mean, I'm okay with it if that's what she
wait.
wants.
So wait,
but-
someone else spits in your mouth?
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Yeah,
now.
like the dude is
What-
okay. So all
what the
porn
fuck
now is
is
pretty
that?
much dominant, right?
Well, you see that at the
Is
end.
it a dominant thing?
I think so.
You see that at the end of porn.
Weird.
Spitting certain things into
well, that's
mouths, but
the snowball thing.
But the
that's
whole
different.
like spitting into the mouth, like yeah.
Yeah, like some girl,
That's new.
just looks at you, opens her mouth, and the dude's like, and just
Yeah.
cracks one in
I
there,
don't
you know?
see the turn on.
Well, that's what Nicki Minaj was singing, spit in my mouth.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it's dirty, but we're talking about licking asshole, and you say sorry for saying Jesus Christ.
It's okay.
Sorry, Jesus.
It's okay.
It's a bleached
I
asshole.
don't see.
Bleached in your name,
It's a whole new world, boys.
right?
Let me
But
just
it's
say.
not, because the Romans were doing this, thousands of years or hundreds of thousands of not even hundreds of
Doing
thousands.
what
Years
specifically?
ago,
Doing what specifically?
Rome especially was like a hub of
swinging parties and shit.
debauchery.
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
Look
Yeah.
at Pompeii, and they were open about it.
Yeah.
Here's a mural of some dude's dick.
Yeah.
There was a
He was
restaurant.
so proud. Here's his dick.
There was a restaurant in Brazil, and it hosted a swingers party with guests having sex on tables during COVID.
Oh God.
They said that these people were having sex on tables that people just got done eating on.
Yummy.
Well, at least they were done eating.
Well, at least something was getting ate on the table.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to present how
Right.
to pronunciate this restaurant.
A Brazilian Twitter account at Izakaya
Izakaya.
Hayotan. Izakaya Hayotan.
But like,
It sounds
Rolls right off the tongue.
It sounds Asian, not Brazilian.
I wonder if it's one of those weird.
It is Asian. See, there's.
yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's one of
It's
those.
themed.
It's
Never
one of
mind.
those.
So it's a bukkake restaurant,
Who wants the cream-filled eclairs?
we have a couple of those in Jeff City, right?
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand that whole
Don't
concept.
eat the yum yum sauce.
The whole concept
Never
of going
have the
into
wings at
a
this restaurant.
of going into
It's
an-
not blue cheese.
Ew,
well,
yeah.
it is famunda though.
It's brown cheese.
But that was in Brazil.
Man,
Like this giant sex swinger party, man.
I'm okay with that.
I've never
Like,
understood.
would you feel awkward having sex around a bunch of other people? Like, think about it. Like, you are naked with a bunch of other people.
If I didn't,
Any of our listeners out there, if you've ever been part of that, just
let us know.
give us a call.
Send us a call. Yeah, give us a
Give us a call.
You can stay in that. You know,
You can stay anonymous.
Yeah, definitely stay
It's all
anonymous.
anonymous.
For sure, we can
Yeah.
we can manipulate.
Give us a call on the old listener line, Dave.
573-246-0779. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we want to know about these things.
Yeah.
Even like message us through Facebook if you want to talk about it. Hell,
Yeah.
we can get you on the show if you want.
we can
Absolutely.
manipulate your voice so it doesn't
If
sound like you.
If you like eating ass,
I'd be
or,
totally okay with that as long as it was a room of people I didn't know.
You know, if you like eating ass or spitting in someone else's mouth,
okay with
You know,
that.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
Give
not
us a
going to
call.
comment out loud, but I'm going to nod my head in approval.
It's a good thing we don't have any kind of video or anything.
Damn it!
Caught on video. Yeah, we have a YouTube page now. You can listen. You can see us.
So we are a Hangout podcast. So hang out with us. Go
Yeah.
to
Why
YouTube
not?
and search for the Old 77 podcast.
Yeah, eventually we should do all that live so people can actually comment while we're doing it.
That would be cool, but I don't know if we're there yet.
No, we don't have to be there yet.
I do have it set up on Twitch, so I would like to try on Twitch first.
Yeah, people can comment on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can do Twitch. We can also do YouTube at the same time.
I'm sure they have like live swinger sex parties on that thing too.
Is sex a thing on Twitch, or is there a lot of sex on Twitch?
I don't think so.
You know, like just like certain apps.
Twitch is pretty much video games.
Yeah.
You know?
You know how certain apps like have these side hustles, and it seems like sex is a side hustle in a lot of different types
That's
of
because,
apps.
well, we were talking earlier in the show about the use of the word fuck, where it's just so interchangeable, right?
Mhm.
You can always make money off sex.
Yeah. Oh,
Always.
I mean, it's
sex sells.
It's the oldest occupation,
right?
True.
in the world.
That's still guaranteed to make money.
Books
it's like
that-
Legos. The product hasn't changed, but they just keep rolling it out in new ways.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it feels so good.
Because it's kind of nice, right? Kind of nice having sex.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not
you get
bad.
to kind of
You know,
release.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't suck coming
I need
or going.
to release.
Doesn't come. Doesn't come sucking. Doesn't suck coming. I don't know, man.
But it's really like, you know,
I don't know where
it's-
that was going.
I don't know. I was just swapping
where's this
these
going?
syllables.
Ooh, swapping.
Doing some syllable swapping. Yeah, that's all. Sometimes it's fun to do that.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. Awkward. Yeah.
Got really quiet here all of a sudden.
We're like, look at this
Damn
picture right here.
I was
though.
gonna say, what the hell is that, dude?
It looks like some chick in the freeway.
Is he railing a chick on the freeway?
Oh, is this an actual picture of the place that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, I mean, staff allegedly had sex on tables where customers
Staff.
had. Oh, it was this staff.
Oh my God,
Oh.
they were having sex on the tables while they were eating.
No, before they were
No,
eating.
before
after.
they- or
No,
after
it said
they-
after.
Or
Okay.
after. It's after.
I'm okay with after.
Okay, if it's the staff, I'm okay with that. Because
If it's
they were
after.
serving
Harry, why don't you
them,
use that
yeah.
salt shaker and stick it in my ass?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
See that shampoo bottle over there? Stick it up my ass.
So does
Call me an ugly woman and tuck my balls behind my
slap me in
leg.
the face.
You guys know the Adam Sandler.
Right.
That's what we were saying.
Okay, I wanted to make
That's
sure.
an old CD, by the
Right.
way. That's like 25
Oh,
years
dude,
old.
I used to jam that shit on the way to school
Oh my God,
every
yes.
day. On the
Yeah.
way
Toll
to
Booth
and
Willie
from
and
Oh
shit.
school.
God, Toll Booth Willie was my
fuck you.
favorite.
Welcome to Western. That'll be $1.25, bub.
Yeah, man.
Take this
coming out of the
$1.25 and
booth.
stick it up your ass, you piece of dog shit.
I love
That-
when his mom comes through. Oh, how
yeah.
you doing, mom?
That album.
Fuck you!
Right?
That album raised
Oh,
me.
You fish eating whore.
Dude, I listened to it so much, my buddy took the CD and threw it out the window. Of
he
Mike's
really?
room, by the way.
One of my
He's like, I'm
best
sick
buddies.
of this shit.
Yeah, shout out to my buddy Luke Taggart because him and I grew up listening to a ton of that album.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I lost a CD player. It fell in the pool one time listening to that album.
Bummer.
It got bumped in. It was like,
Wa-
oh no.
Was it a Discman?
Oh yeah. It was just, yeah.
You had to hold it real.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Unless you got the one.
And it
with
had the bass boost too, so it was
Yeah.
bitching.
But remember, like the you know the later ones had like skip protection to where
yeah,
you know
it had all that.
If you bumped it, if you
Yeah,
didn't bump it too much, it
So
wouldn't skip
I was
your CD.
big ballin'. I had the tape player in my Ford Ranger, and I would pop the tape in and then hook the.
I did that too.
Right, and
Yeah.
it was hooked up to one of those skip protections.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember turning a corner and that thing went flying and it never skipped. I was like, "That's all right."
Damn.
Right.
That's pretty impressive for, I'm assuming, mid-90s, maybe?
Right. I think maybe 90, 98, 97, 98.
Spotify has these playlists, best of rock from whatever years. I've been spending a lot of time listening to like 98, 97, 96.
Right.
I've been listening to those years a lot lately.
Yeah.
Well,
that's our prime years, boys.
I've almost been thinking, like, because I've told you guys before, like, the late 60s, early 70s is probably my favorite music era. But, man, dude, like, that mid-late 90s to me is a pretty good era, too.
Right.
So
yeah, just right after grunge.
Yeah.
Just right as grunge was kind of on the way out, we had a really nice little rock and roll revolution almost.
we kind of did, and that's the thing. There's not that many just rock bands
That was the
anymore.
last real like resurgence of rock.
The
I
last
feel
hurrah.
like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
before it morphed into what we have today.
Yeah, you know, I was listening to a country station last night, and the song that I was hearing, it was pop.
Right.
Like, they didn't even attempt to try to make it sound country by putting a little pedal steel in there.
No,
or
that's what
something.
I've noticed too. I think I was on Cat Country the other day, and it was some, I don't know who the artist was, but it was straight up distortion on the guitars, no kind of southern sound to it at all.
Mhm.
It could have been on heavy rock, you know,
Right.
in the 80s. 82, this song could have been like on, you know, heavy rock rotation with Bon Jovi or something, you know.
Yeah, country's not country anymore.
Did you? So the owner of the sex restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She said, as a form of reparation and apology, I will make a donation of part of the profit from the new menu item, gastronomic orgy, to help some COVID combat institution.
So they named a menu item gastronomic orgy.
What the?
And
Can I-
everybody who orders that,
Excuse
she's
me,
going to
can
donate.
I get the whatever the
Right.
fuck it is?
Can you come fuck my? Can we get multiple fucks in my gastronomical system?
God, I hope that just translates badly, and it's not as fucked up as it sounds when I hear
that
it out
salad
loud.
was delicious.
Yeah, give me the gastronomic
15,000
orgy.
Instagram followers though, so.
Well, that's all that matters, right?
They must. They must be pretty successful. I mean, could you imagine being like one of those?
I wonder if
staff-
that's Salt Bay's
I mean,
restaurant.
what do you do when you're a staff person? Are you talking about bartenders? You're talking about cooks? You're talking about bus people? Like, do they just be like, "You're getting fucked tonight"? Like
Probably.
you're walking around like looking at each other like, "This party's gonna be banging."
Well, man, you've worked in the service industry. You've been in bars before. You see some of these waitresses. They're out there. Their boobies are all pushed up. They're looking good, trying to get tips.
I've seen some pretty weird shit happen
Right,
when I
I
worked
have
in
too.
food service.
I have too, and I've seen some really horny shit happen too.
Yeah,
food service people are the nastiest.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Be nice to the people making your food.
I have a confession. You guys wanna
Always
hear
nice to those
You guys want to hear a
people.
fucked up story?
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
And I did it.
Oh god. Oh god.
So I was 19 years old. I was working at this restaurant in Philadelphia in the northeast section. It was a steakhouse. I'm not going to name any names.
Confessions with Matt.
This is fucking long time ago.
Statute of limitations.
I was fucking 19 years old. So I was serving tables, and this lady and this man and their kid came in, and they were complete assholes. This lady was such a condescending cunt. Like I almost quit. I almost
Straight to
like
the C word.
I almost like just lashed out at these people, but I kept my cool.
Yeah.
That's
And
hard to believe.
She had a chicken Caesar salad.
No.
This fat fuck
Oh.
that
Oh,
was bossing me around, condescending fucking tone.
People can be so mean, dude.
Don't
So
ruin
anyway,
the chicken Caesar.
I was like, all right, yeah, I'll get that, no problem.
Yeah.
So take the order, whatever, bring their salads out, treat them fine.
Right.
So how you make a Caesar salad there was, you take the bowl, and then there's a lid, and you put the Caesar and the dressing in, and you shake it up, whatever.
Right.
So I fucking had allergies at the time. Like I was taking allergy medicine. I had some. So I hocked a loogie and I spit in the bowl and I mixed it up with the Caesar dressing and the Parmesan and the pepper and all that.
Yeah.
And I put her hot chicken on top.
Hot chicken.
And I was like, "How's your salad, ma'am?" Oh, it's fantastic.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
like, it was so satisfying, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the satisfaction that came with her eating my spit
Yeah.
was amazing.
You're a part of her now, Matt.
I once
Well, I mean, this is years ago.
Doesn't
I mean, I
matter.
was 19 years old. I'm
Yeah.
43 now. I mean,
I once ran a customer out of Petco that was being a douche to me.
Yeah.
Like they tried to leave, and I was like, "No, dude, you're gonna talk to me man to man." Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, and
They
it
got hard with a guy.
I did, and I've never done that before. Or
Rick
since.
killed a guy. Yeah, there was a horse and a
You
man
know what
on
it was.
fire, and I had a trident.
Right.
it was Dave's grandpa.
Right.
That part of the
Channel,
family came
yeah.
out of him. He's like, "Motherfucker, you know who my grandfather
right,
was?"
right. The Dick Slayer genes
Yeah.
kicked in.
Dave's
They
Dick
kick in.
Slayer came out of him.
They kick in when you least expect it. You know, you ask for the manager.
Right.
I'm the manager.
I'm the
motherfucker.
manager, motherfucker.
You want to talk? No, he got mad at me basically because he asked a question and I didn't know the answer to the question and he just flipped out.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Do you know who are the worst tippers though in the service industry?
Who?
Is this a multiple choice?
Some of the rich people.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
you
You
would
don't
have like
get
a,
to be rich by giving it away.
you would. I mean, you can tell who's a good tipper and who's not. But
And it has nothing to do, like usually, like you said, it's usually people that don't make a ton of money that tip well.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
once in a while, you
Right.
get some rich guy that tips, $1,000 here and there.
Yeah.
And God bless those guys when they do
Amen.
that. You know.
Yeah. Amen.
But normally it's people that know what it's like to have a hard time paying their bills.
Right.
And that's why I think everybody should work in either food service or like retail, some sort of industry where you have to deal with the public and you have to understand what it's like for the public to treat you like
Right,
shit sometimes.
right.
Because I respect those people in those jobs.
No
now.
doubt. You never mess with a food service
no.
God,
person.
no.
Hell
They
no.
make sure your food comes out good. I mean, they can fuck with it. I mean, you've seen.
You never know.
Oh, dude, I know where you're going.
Have you seen?
What is
what's
it?
that?
Waiting.
Waiting.
The Waiting, yeah,
Oh my
that's
god, dude.
That's so accurate too.
Such a great flick.
Right? You get dudes back on the grill scratching their ball sack, you know.
So they
and
bring
then
her steak
pattying
back.
your burger.
They
Love
was
it.
it the burger? Was it
Oh.
a steak or a burger? I think it was a steak.
I don't remember.
can't
I think the lady had a steak.
Didn't she complain about it and they were going to do some kind of special on it?
That was the
Right?
deal.
No,
where, like,
so he like stuck it in his pants, and then they put like fucking. The guy like took his
Oh,
dandruff,
yeah, they seasoned
and
it.
he's like, what this
Seasoning.
needs is a little kosher salt.
Oh.
And
right,
like-
right.
And he like the flakes just drop on it.
God.
And they rubbed it on.
It's that
one guy's
It's
ass or
that
something.
Mexican guy.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
He's in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, he's so good.
Oh,
dude. I
he's
love that.
funny
dude.
as shit,
Hey,
that
I know
guy.
you're talking.
Do you
But
guys-
like that,
go ahead.
I love that show. Like, because
Oh, I
when I
love it.
watch that show, I'm like, this is so the service industry.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Because you get caught up, like in the service industry, you get so caught up in like the everyday aspect of like people and like
Yeah.
it's so cliquish. Like people have their own like little cliques.
Yeah.
If you're a newcomer to the restaurant and there's a lot of veterans there,
Right?
you're definitely not welcomed.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting my section.
Yeah.
Right.
You get a 2-table section tonight.
When you
People get-
leaving, son.
People get
Yeah.
mad about the schedule, like, oh man, he only gave me 30 hours this week.
Right.
Fuck man, I gotta work Sunday.
Fuck the guy. Who's this chick?
It's my birthday Sunday. I
I've
shouldn't
been
have
working
to
here
work.
for 2 years and she makes $2.
But in a
more
restaurant,
an hour.
everyone's fucking everybody.
Oh, right.
For sure.
You know, it's
Right.
like
That was happening in the
Where's
food service
Cindy
places.
at? I don't know.
she's sucking my dick last night.
Actually, it was my girlfriend that got me my first job in the food industry.
I worked at a Wendy's
So Dave, did
one
you serve
time.
tables then?
I was never a waiter, but I worked. So I worked at basically the first job. So I worked at Sonic for like 3 weeks, and it sucked really bad. So
Oh,
I got
I bet, yeah.
I got my first check. And
Did
I
you wear
put you on-
roller
I
skates
was
and
just
shit?
gonna ask. They put you
No,
on
I didn't do any of
skates?
that. No, I
Dave's
didn't do
like-
that. But my second job was at Zestos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on.
No shit.
Yeah, that was my second
Did you
job.
know Mark?
Mark who?
Mark Zesto.
No.
No, there's no.
Which one did you work at?
The one that's still there. The one on
Oh,
Jefferson.
okay. You worked on Jefferson.
Yeah, it used to be owned by a guy named Brownie. They used to call him Brownie. And
Hot fudge
his daughter,
brownies.
his daughter Laura ran it.
Hot.
And we should maybe bleep those names. I don't know, but
cares?
there was some crazy shit that went
They're
on
not
at that
out.
place.
They're not listening to this shit.
No, they're not. But dude,
Don't incriminate. Don't
no,
say
I'm not
anything.
going to incriminate
Yeah,
anybody.
like I did.
Right.
Yeah, but there was some crazy shit that went on. at that
Statute of
place.
limitations.
Right.
There was some crazy shit. That
And you
went on
didn't
at
say
that
the
place.
name of the restaurant.
That's true.
And I took.
It's still around that.
I took
restaurant.
place in much of the crazy shit that happened at that place. By the way, but again, statute of limitations.
But I don't know if there is statutes on stuff like that too. So.
I don't know. I don't know.
Be careful.
Yeah, you can't. Nobody's. Yeah,
I was
going to
say no one's listening to us though until they do.
It's too late.
Right.
Like when I was a bartender, I'd never mess with anyone's.
Don't be a
drinks.
narc, Toby.
Like,
No, I never fucked with anybody's food.
No, I
never-
didn't either. Well,
I never like
I
messed
did.
with anyone's shit. Like I was more mature then when I was like that was when I was a kid, man. Like
Yeah.
I was acting out immaturely.
Yeah.
You know, it was the wrong thing to do, obviously.
I do remember telling the customers to leave one night when, like, you know, a bunch of them came in like at the end of the night.
Oh, that's the worst.
Actually, it wasn't me. It was my girlfriend and one of her friends, and they just started like yelling from like the kitchen, like, "Leave, customers!" I feel like I've told you guys this story before.
That's funny.
And then they called a couple days later, and I was the one that they talked to.
Oh man.
And so they were, you know, they wanted to speak to a manager. So
course.
so I lied and I said I was the manager. And then they told me about the incident that I was present for, and I already knew. And I told them, you know, I'll take care of that.
Yep.
Click, click.
Look at Dave.
Yeah, but I
running
did-
interference.
I didn't take care of it. Nothing was taken care of.
Running the interference.
Francis is giving hand signals over there.
Oh.
And we have video now. I'm like,
we do have
behind
video.
the scenes hand signals and shit.
That's what I was gonna say.
We need to get our
There we
hand
go.
signal game down. It's just like being in a
Well,
band.
that's why we
This
have.
is the
was
scene
gonna
I was
say,
talking
that's-
about in Waiting.
That's why we've got 2 boards.
We get a scene from the Waiting.
Yeah, that's
Look.
why we got 2 boards, so we don't have to worry about those.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's right.
Where's it at?
Oh, it's here a ways, man.
Hey, can you
here
full,
we go,
can
here
you-
we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Hold
full
on.
screen that shit, Maddie?
Yeah. This is we were just talking about this scene.
Coming in good over there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. I can see it. Yeah, it's coming in good over there on the old monitor. We're checking our video feed, folks, to see if we can see our TV.
We've come here, the food was awful.
Well,
So, like, right away,
I
she's complaining.
apologize for the food the last few times, and we will certainly do our best to
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure
I
that
remember
doesn't
this.
happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the last waitress said.
Oh, the poor Amy, she's a different story. See, she was DOA from the very beginning.
And by extra lemon, we mean enough for
And
our
this woman has like
and
resting
some
bitch
more.
face.
Oh yeah.
Scowl
Wow,
on
well,
that
you can
woman's
see.
face.
It's my
We've
fault.
all
It
dealt
was
with
all my
somebody
fault.
like
Thank
her.
you.
God
before.
haven't we?
You are a big time.
Okay, so how this lady's acting is what that lady was acting towards me.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's
No,
the
we-
reason
we-
why
we
I
get
fucking
it.
spit in her Caesar
Yeah,
salad. Sorry.
I never crossed that line, but I get it at
Yeah.
the same time.
I'm sorry. I'm like
I
malicious.
never
No,
hacked
I'm not mad at
anything
you,
in
buddy.
it.
I'm not mad
I
at
cooked
you.
a burger one time in like some kind of hand sanitizer cleaning solvent that gave the dude the trots, but I never hocked anything in anything.
That's good of you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Guy was a fucking prick.
I'll bring your food out for you.
But I still have some salad left.
Oh,
This is one of Ryan Reynolds' earlier movies.
Right.
And
Oh, here we go.
he was pretty good in this
busy,
movie.
so I thought I'd bring your food out for you.
But I still have some salad left.
Oh, well,
God,
would you
I've
like
seen
me
that
to take
people.
the food
man.
out
Yeah,
and
I've
bring
seen
it
that face. I've seen that look
Yeah,
before.
and let it dry out under the heat lamps. Just give me the food.
Hate it.
Right.
Wait. Did that waitress listen to a word I said? This steak is medium rare.
Ugh.
I asked for it medium. And I wanted extra gravy on my mashed potatoes. Let me ask you something.
Oh boy.
How hard is your job? How intelligent do you have to be to take a food order? Jesus.
Ma'am, you're absolutely right, and I apologize.
Gotta
Oh, now it's good. Now we're
Right
getting to
now.
now we are getting to the good stuff.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
woman deserves
Oh
it.
my god.
You got to kill him with kindness.
Like you question the man's
And herpes.
Yeah. You questioned his intelligence.
Right,
You questioned
right.
his intelligence.
Yeah.
So now you outfox her.
And her lip like curls up when she snarls and shit. Ugh.
Now I can finish my salad.
Ugh. The worst.
I don't condone doing what these people are about to do to her food, but at the same time, I don't feel sorry for her.
No.
Yeah,
not
I think
at
he
all.
says like blue alert or something.
Right.
Are we going to get to see the good? This is the same scene we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Anna
have our
Faris,
first
one of Anna Faris' earlier movies.
Right. What
Yeah.
does he say? We have our first.
Yeah, we have our first something.
Official biatch of the day.
Our first biatch of the day.
Taking a cue from Snoop Dogg.
Here goes Anna Faris right there.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. She wasn't that bad.
Oh, it's gonna get ugly.
Well, Amy, it's your table. You decide.
Oh, they do the thumbs down.
She was a fucking bitch. Do it.
Yeah.
The first thing we do is we add a little extra gravy to the mashed potato.
Okay, so the gravy is in the form of some nice loogie. Extra gravy.
That is fucking
Good job, buddy. Good
gross.
job.
That's what I did.
Followed by a thin spread of cheese for your garlic bread. Some
Here comes
Fromunda
the cheese, folks.
Oh.
He's rubbing the bread against his.
Oh, dude, we got video,
nutsack.
man.
His
Oh
male
my
parts.
God.
We got video.
Yeah, how about a little guacamole for the steak?
Oh.
Whoa. What are you doing? Come on, man. You can't be mixing Mexican with continent. Come on, man. I thought you was better than that.
Have a little garlic salt.
Oh. Look at all that dandruff.
I'm talking about finesse, baby.
These guys have a deep commitment to their job.
Oh, that's so gross.
Deep commitment to their job.
A garnish.
Is that
of
Dane
alfalfa
Cook?
sprouts.
Yeah.
Adds a touch
Oh,
of
he's
class.
pubing it up.
I forgot
Oh,
that
he
Dane
just
Cook was in
ripped
this
his
movie.
pubes
out,
I
dude.
forgot that for a minute.
Oh, that's so fucking gross. You would taste that dough.
Yeah, this is pretty extreme, man.
Good stuff.
But I guarantee you, at least one of us, probably all of us, have inadvertently ingested
We've
some
probably.
shit that we didn't.
If you've eaten out, guarantee.
You say biatches
and bastards. And there's
Here you
no
go,
bastards.
Look, she's about to eat this shit.
And this is exactly like your story, Francis, where she just loved it.
And he's just killing her with kindness.
Yeah, man, that's how you got to do it.
You know, we should probably feel guilty, but she broke the cardinal rule. Don't fuck with people that handle your food.
Right. We just said that, right?
That's the moral, man. That's the moral. It's the moral of the story.
Oh my god, that's funny, man.
A lot of wisdom to be gained from that clip, fellas.
You know, if there's any servers listening to this or bartenders, I feel you guys. I've been there a long time ago, but I feel y'all.
Right.
Yeah, I've been there for sure. Scotty, did you work in food service?
Fast food.
Fast food?
I did fast food. I worked at a McDonald's and a Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever go McDonald's?
No, I never did that. No.
Where would you like to go? McDonald's.
Never. Never.
You know, one of our friends was a manager. A couple of them were managers at McDonald's.
I was gonna say I know two, at least two.
Now, when you work at a McDonald's or a Wendy's or something like fast food,
right?
Do you eat the food or do you just kind of get tired of it?
You eat the food because it's at a like at Wendy's they gave you like 20 cents off or whatever.
Which is stupid. Give it to you for free. Come
McDonald's,
on, man.
You got to make money, man. It's a business. It ain't
I know,
UNICEF.
I get
McDonald's
it.
was the weirdest. Like you got like a nickel or a quarter for every hour you worked.
What an
so
insult.
like at break you would get like $2.30 that you could buy whatever with.
That's so stupid.
It was the dumbest thing ever.
Because people waste that shit every day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, food is a tough industry though, man. There's a lot of loss, like
Right.
a lot of waste in that
well,
industry.
especially like McDonald's, like their way of doing it. At least when I was there, it was very wasteful. They would make up like 6-7 dozen buns or whatever, at 9:00 at night, and then throw 5 dozen away.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
waste. That's one of the
Right.
things that doesn't like Panera bread. Like, don't they save their bread and they give it to like
Either that or
they
their-
give it to food banks. Or,
Their bread becomes like croutons for the next day.
yeah, they
that's
generally
right.
don't waste it.
Right.
I like Panera. It's just expensive.
It is expensive.
It is, but it's good, man.
But it's natural food.
Their broccoli and cheese
Right.
soup is nice on
Right.
a cold day. You
I get so tired of soup though.
you get
after
some
a while,
extra baguettes. You dip your baguette in the broccoli.
the
and
bread
cheese
is where it's
soup.
at Panera though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can stretch your broccoli and cheese soup out a long way if you dip your bread.
There's
in it.
nothing like on a cold day, you get from Panera, you get the soup and then you get the half sandwich.
Right.
And you just go home, watch a movie, and
Right.
fucking get the
Mhm.
blanket out.
That's a nice thing to do on your day
Oh
off.
fuck yeah!
You
dude.
know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I usually get the Italian. I get anything. Everywhere I go, I get an Italian sandwich.
Yeah, I go anything Greek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greek's
I
good.
really
That's a good selection
I enjoy
too.
the Greek flavor.
The cuisine.
Greek salad from Eris's Bistro.
It's
Mm.
all
Oh my god!
It's
well,
all right.
even the
Yeah, I
Greek
like
salad
it.
from Eris's, like just Eris's there on
Yeah,
High Street.
the original Eris's.
Dude, the Greek salad is amazing.
It's kind of hard though to mess up a Greek salad.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true.
If you have the general ingredients like red onion and maybe a Kalmata, olive
Yeah.
and some spinach,
Onions, yeah,
you know,
red onions,
feta,
yeah.
you've got it.
When John Kerry came to Jeff City to give a speech when he was running for president against Bush in what was that 2004?
Yeah.
When he was on the Capitol steps giving his speech, he said something along the lines of, "I'm happy to be in Jeff City, home of Eris's Pizza."
Because he could fucking see.
Yeah.
Well, but here there's another reason for that that you guys might not know because you're not locals. That's where all of the
Who's not a local, Dave?
well, you guys are locals now, but you know
I've
what
been
I'm
here for
saying.
fucking 10 years.
I know. Well, it's okay. Well,
Jesus, man, what's a local got to be?
So
What the fuck do I got to do around? I got a mortgage. I just refinanced my house today.
Gotta
What
be
the
born
fuck?
I got a
here.
new car.
Raising my daughter here.
Spending money.
I
Making
guess
a
I still
life.
live in Philadelphia somehow.
Fuck your mother.
All right,
Fucking
I'm
215, bitch. Phillies, Eagles, batteries, baby. Hey, Fungool.
Oh, he turns into Rodney
Right,
Dangerfield.
all of a sudden, fuck this guy.
I get no respect in this state.
Well,
Fucking
okay.
prick.
I buy a house.
No,
no
I'll-
respect.
So the reason I'm pretty
Marry
sure
a local girl.
I'm sure
No
the
respect.
reason why he said Eris's Pizza is because that's where all the Congress people would eat at. It was Eris's, just like they all go to Bones.
Now they
Bones
go
is-
to-
They all go
now-
to Madison's too. Back
well, they
in the
do
day.
Madison's.
Well, now
too,
they go to
yeah.
Barvino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that place is expensive.
Dude, well, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Dude, so Sarah
Expensive.
and I went there for like a celebratory like round of drinks today after
Yeah.
we got done.
Yeah.
Because the bank was like right down the street.
Oh, right, yeah.
So like as soon as we walk in, I saw Booker's on the shelf and I got a Booker's and then she got some like cool little fancy drink.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whatever. So like we got our bill. And the Booker's was $15.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And then but I got
just a
I got a 2 count of Booker's down at Gumbo's for like half the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Sarah, so like our bill came to like $25 for 2 drinks,
Yeah.
plus tip.
Yeah.
It was like $30-something for 2 drinks.
For 2 drinks.
I was like,
Yeah, it's
look.
crazy.
I get it. It's a really nice place, and I'm not
Right.
banging on it. Like,
Yeah.
If you like going there, that's great.
I've been there a few times.
It's
I like it. You know.
You know, it's probably cool. Like if you go there on a, I just
Well-
wasn't expecting them to be that expensive.
But you're going there for the atmosphere. You're going there for the venue itself.
you would go broke
Right.
if you went there every day.
Well, you're not
Yeah.
going there to get wasted.
But
Is Barvino the place that has the board games and stuff?
no, that is
I forget. Cork.
that's Cork.
Yeah.
Cork has new ownership.
Cork is pretty cool,
Does
man.
it?
No, Cork is very cool.
I like
Yeah.
Cork.
That's cool.
And I'm not knocking Barvino
No, not at all.
No, Barvino's cool too.
because I try to support local businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I guess it just kind of threw me through a loop. I'm like, wow, like this is the most
Wasn't
expensive place in
expecting
Jeff
that.
City.
Yeah,
So.
wasn't expecting that.
And they have their own clientele. They do fine.
Oh yeah.
They do fine.
They do
Like
do
people
that.
who go to Barvino are not listening to this podcast.
No, they're not.
Well, maybe one. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
Half our listenership
Like, what the
comes
fuck
from
is bashing
Jefferson City.
Barvino? I love the wine
Right?
list.
Hey,
Son
call,
of a
call
bitch
us.
is bashing my bar.
Leave us a complaint.
Where the fuck does she live?
Right. You have a complaint
This
that you want to
motherf-
raise?
This motherfucker's from Philly.
That bastard.
I think Francis is getting some bump music ready over there. Look at that.
I am. Let's just take a break because I got
All
to
right.
piss.
You
I
want
got
to?
to
Let's do that.
race
Yeah,
horse.
Yeah, hit it. Hit that bump.
I am.
So if you would like to become a part of the show or if you would like to help sponsor the show, check us out on Patreon.
Yeah.
patreon.com/the old 77 podcast.
And if you're French, that's Patreon.
Patreon. We spit on you.
Hello.
Hey, if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking German, you French bastard.
But seriously, we love you,
No,
France.
serious.
We
for
do
real.
love you.
I love the croissants.
They are French fries, not freedom fries.
I love anything cream filled from
Do you guys
France.
remember when they were freedom fries?
Yes. That was the dumb. I remember seeing a bunch of antique French weapons, never used, never shot, dropped twice.
Yeah.
Online for sale.
Yeah, we saved their asses.
We'll see you on the other side.
Oui. Oh.
Dave, please.
Yeah.
Faded out.
Bitches.
I am.
was
I want
waiting
to
for
fade
you
it slowly.
You
I
gotta say
like this song.
Bitches, Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was into the music. Okay,
Oh.
I'll shut up now.
Hold on, let me feel it real quick. Yeah, that's good.
Bitches.
I held it in. Bitches!
Your memories. Pregnancy, kids growing up, family, senior year of high school, getting engaged. You want to keep those moments forever. But the problem with most photographers is they decide which moments you keep. They'll sell you a single picture or a big all-inclusive package that might include photos you don't want at a cost that's outside of your budget. That's why I don't. You decide. A single photo, a single hour, you choose. You get all your edited photos, everything, at Andrew Marie Photography. You get quality photos at prices you can afford. After all, they're your memories. Find us on Facebook, Andrew Marie Photography and Custom Design.
Welcome back to the old 77. It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
What's up, fellas?
Scotty.
Let's do some shout outs.
Yeah.
Let's do some shout outs.
Oh, Scott, tell me.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
It's the sweet one. It's the sweet one.
Barry Gibbs would be proud.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right, so I'll start, man. We want to give a shout out to the Caffeine Pod.
Heyo.
Caffeine Podcast. Give those guys a listen.
How about this podcast? The Vampires State Series. Check those guys out.
Check them out. Scotty, you got next.
Oh, do I? So also check out our friends at the Completely Lost podcast.
Oh.
That describes
Sounds
my
ominous as hell.
That describes
does.
my state of mind about 90% of the time.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another one.
Do it.
Let's do Maya Andela Save the World. Let's do the Maya Andela, not Maya Andela. It's Maya and Ella
That
Save
oh
the
boy.
World podcast.
Check them out.
Give them a listen.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Check them out. Learning Life
Scott, your
with John Toda.
your Bee Gees
I
impersonations
know.
right
I used
on.
to do this at the radio station all the time. I'd be like, hey!
They were like, damn, he's there.
Right.
at the
They used to
station."
give me grief about it all the time. Yeah. That was my Bee Gees. Like, I'd have Barry Gibb calling, hey, Eric! You know, type thing.
I love it.
The Everything Sequel Podcast. The SGP Radio Podcast. 20-Minute Marketing Podcast. Wonder what that's about. I hope it's not 40 minutes.
I know. I'm going to be disappointed if it is.
Look at the hair on this guy, man.
Dude,
Jeez.
that's a hairy man.
Like, that's some 70s hair, man. Like, hair everywhere.
My favorite title, Girl, Why Podcast.
One of the unfortunate facts that I know about my mother is that she prefers men that are very hairy. She likes hairy chests.
That's an unfortunate fact.
It's
you know about
unfortunate
your
that I
mother.
know that. I know.
I love hair.
Yeah. I
And
know.
I'm a hairy dude.
So she's like
I don't know if your-
anti-pick.
Dude, I don't know if your mom's going to be able to contain herself around me.
You two have already met once.
I know.
Your
She
musk
threw
is
her
way too-
panties at me.
She really liked you.
She's like, here,
I
Scott,
liked
take
your mom
these.
too, man. She
Yeah.
was hot.
She's probably
Cool, man.
listening to this right
We
now.
can be like best friends, and you can be my stepdad too.
What was the song? Brother Lover?
Love it.
Always be my mother lover. That's what it was.
All right, yeah. I'll give you my
Mother
mom's
lover.
number after the podcast.
I mean, look at that hair. Look at the feathery hair.
Doomsday Podcast.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah.
guys.
Shout out.
And Crime Divers Pod. That is literally everybody on our list.
Excellent.
Yeah, check those guys
Check
out.
those
man.
guys out.
All of these people
Do you
have.
think we should post like this?
Why not?
I don't know.
Wouldn't hurt,
Absolutely.
you know?
Why not?
We can just take a picture of it and post it to
and
Instagram.
then we'll just throw it on Instagram. We'll throw it on Insta.
People are smart.
Hey, man, it's a podcast. We are a community,
Right.
and we got to support each other,
Absolutely, man.
and that's what we do.
Yeah. I apologize because we have an enormous list of podcasts that follow us. We're not going to be able to get to every single one and listen
No.
to you.
That's the bad thing.
Not
But
at
boy,
all.
the hope is we're going to try and highlight you.
Yeah.
We're going to throw out new additional, shout outs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
I like
form.
that.
Let's form this network,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I mean, if
Come
you
on.
guys want to do something, reach out.
Please
find
do.
us on social media. We are on YouTube, where you can literally hang out with us because we have video running.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
This is
video
new for
running.
us.
Yeah,
This whole video thing's new for us.
Yeah, and this episode is the brand new video setup that we're going to be rolling with.
We're gonna
Stare into the camera
Yeah,
like
you
this.
just stare. I'm staring into this one. You stare into that one.
I can do like Josh Hawley when he wants to give an important speech and he just looks right into the camera because he knows where the camera is at all times. I'm going to start doing that.
Don't do that.
Dave, you are a handsome man on the
Damn,
camera.
I want
are-
to just talk directly to you.
You
as the
are
audience.
a good-looking man.
Thank
Like
you.
a young Tom Selleck.
Right.
Thank you very much, dude. It's funny.
Non-hairy though,
It's-
because his mom's into
Yeah,
that.
my mom loves Tom Selleck.
Because he's a hairy motherfucker, Tom
Right.
Selleck.
Tom Selleck is selling reverse mortgages these days. Have you guys seen those commercials?
Really, he's fallen to that.
it's
The
brutal.
whole commercial is like, I know you've heard that reverse mortgages are a way to take money from old people.
Right, you're a scam.
But I'm here to tell you, I trust these people. Like that's the whole thing.
Of course, that's all their thing, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
what
Tom
was it?
Selleck.
Chuck Woolery was doing it before that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. The love
Like,
connection.
I don't let just anybody suck Chuck Woolery's dick,
Have-
but I let these guys do it.
Have you
And
guys-
So should you.
Have you guys checked out what's his name? Ken Jennings now? He's been hosting.
Is he hosting Jeopardy now?
I think he's like the temp host. Like
Good.
the
I mean, he
interim.
should host it,
Well,
right?
he made a lot of money on there.
He did, man.
He had a hell of a run on there.
I told
man.
you guys I had a college.
How many episodes? Was
Is
like
it-
30
is-
straight or
Oh,
something?
I
there was
don't
a
know, and
ton.
I don't know if is he still the all-time like
I
winner.
think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's been a couple since then because there's some smart motherfuckers on Jeopardy.
I had a
dude.
teacher in college that was on Jeopardy and he won.
Really?
Just one episode.
This is what Tom Selleck did in the 80s, bro.
Doesn't
Just
matter,
straight
man.
up.
He still won.
Yeah.
Look
He
at this
he
guy.
went from that to reverse mortgages. But you know what? He could probably have that still if he wanted.
But
Life
you know
in
what?
Hawaii.
You got to pay for that stash, you know.
Yeah, that thing doesn't just
Right?
you
The
know
notification bell.
doesn't just support itself.
I mean, look at the handsomeness.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man. Like I said earlier about Jim Morrison, I am not a homosexual, but I know a good-looking man when I see one.
I think Morrison's way more handsome
So
than
there's
Tom
there's
Selleck.
nothing
I would
homo.
agree, brother.
There's nothing homo about saying that's a good-looking dude.
Hashtag.
You saying-
Hashtag, right?
you
'Cause
saying
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
even
getting
need
at,
to-
right?
yeah, I
Like,
don't even-
No, you
Not
don't-
that there's nothing wrong with
No,
being
we have no
gay.
problem. So
Well,
this,
of course not.
This is strictly the kindergarten, like on the playground
Right.
in elementary school.
Have you-
You'd be like, "Hey, man, no homo or anything, but
Right.
your shirt, looks really good today." You know, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Have you
We've
got-
all grown up with that, so no
Right.
homo. But that dude's
We're
a
not trying
good-looking
to
man.
offend
no.
anyone.
Have you guys ever been hit on by a guy before?
No. Well,
I have.
yes,
Once.
yes. I think
Actually,
I actually kind of have a little story that goes with that.
I'm so awkward. Like it doesn't matter if it's a guy or
I-
a girl.
I was
I'm
hit
just
on-
like awkward when people try to hit on me, so I don't know how to respond.
I was
to
hit
it.
on at not Applebee's.
Mine was a Mexican restaurant by an American, very gay dude.
Huh.
Yeah.
And I was just like smiling at him, but I had my wife with me at the time.
must
I don't-
like the hair.
I don't know, dude. Must be. It was a lot fuller.
Maybe
you
it was-
know,
maybe it was-
darker.
That's
I
what
was-
I'm talking
I was
about.
probably looking good back then. Like, hey,
Maybe he was out going out to eat with my mom.
I don't know.
And they were scouting for hairy men.
Maybe. I don't know. Hadn't had a cut yet, so it was like hanging out over the top of the shirt.
Yeah, I'm getting an
looking
erection
very-
just talking about
Right,
it.
right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. Me too.
I have to hold it down.
We're gonna touch tips.
Now that we
later.
have video, I have to hold it down.
Hey.
Oh my
sorry,
God.
sorry.
Thank
Finish
God
your
there's
stories,
video
guys.
now.
Right. Thank God we have video. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You're welcome,
So
audience.
right. So anyway, we were out at this Mexican restaurant, and the dude was like smiling, and I was like, "Is he?" And my wife was like, "Yeah, he's flirting with you." And so I started flirting back with him a little bit,
Just
and
to
then,
see.
Right. And then we kind of kept it going for a little bit.
Nice.
And like we purposely didn't act like a couple or anything, like just like a gay dude and a friend. And then when we left. At the time, I wrote my newsman's telephone number down, and I slipped it to him as I left.
Did he call him?
He must have. I don't know, but he never called me.
Aw. We were at Chili's.
I wrote his name down and everything.
We were at Chili's. It was right before we bought Juno,
Yeah. Oh, here.
and we were out.
Nice.
It was in February, yeah, and so like we were out to dinner with my brother-in-law and also my sister-in-law, Dana and Ben, Sarah's brother. And so it was the four of us, and so this like dude kept like insisting on like he was taking like extra good care of me.
Mm.
And
Extra
so
good
every
care.
time we left the table, Sarah was like, "I think he likes you."
He wants to butter your bones.
I was like, "He's not liking me."
Would you like some more buttered bread, Matt?
But then like there was an extra drink on the check or whatever, and I was in charge for it, and
Dude.
I was like, "All right, cool."
It
Whatever.
worked to your advantage.
It did. Now I felt like some hot blonde.
Yeah.
I am not a
Thanks
piece of
for
meat.
the drink.
Yeah.
So
It's good to know what it feels like to be a hot
Well,
blonde.
now you know your
it's,
worth.
It's nice to be wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a friend like that. He always said that. Like he would go out to like gay bars, like to be hit on.
Yeah.
Even
There's
though
a whole
he claimed he wasn't gay, but he just felt that like it was nice to be wanted.
Yeah,
I've
there's
been in a gay bar in Philly where like I was with my ex-girlfriend Corinne.
Yeah. Dropping names and everything.
Yes. And we went there for one of our friends' birthdays, and like the bartenders all had their shirts off and they were like oiled up and shit.
Right.
And I was like, "Hey, can I get a Bud Light?"
That reminds me
Get
of
any
the,
Schmidt's gay?
Yeah, Schmidt's gay. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, man.
But I didn't feel awkward. Like it was awkward, but like
It's like all the music, like
It's all techno.
right. That's all I imagine.
it
It's
was.
all-
When I hear techno, that's all
It
I
was
think
like
of
club
is gay,
music,
is
right.
gay dudes.
That's what I always think. There's
It-
just not
it
enough
wa-
gay men in here without their shirts on.
It was club music, and like there was some pool tables, and basically like it was me and her and a bunch of other people that we worked with.
A lot of pocket pool.
What? Pocket pool.
A lot of pool tables.
Oh, yeah.
Gay,
I got it,
you
yes.
know.
Anyway, I was playing pool the whole time, and then when
Threw
I
him off.
So when I had to take a piss, I had to stand in line for the men's room, and there's 2 men's rooms. So, but there was a woman's room for the.
Of course there was.
For the ladies.
You gotta have. I mean, was there troughs?
No.
That feels like the ultimate gay bathroom. It's just a giant fucking trough that you piss in.
Well, that's a thing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
and then
that's a
it's all
thing.
packed with ice right at the end of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the trough. Do you guys?
I don't like troughs either. I don't
No,
like pissing in a trough.
I've pissed in a trough.
It's old school. That's an old school thing.
The new
I know where there's one active right now.
Me too, brother. Yeah. The new thing now is bidet.
Oh, the
do you
cleaning
get-
of the asshole.
Yeah, and people swear by it, man. People swear by it.
Here
They
we
love
go,
it.
asshole talk again.
Well, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I think it was our boy Jared was talking about you always got to have the wipes.
Yeah.
He was away from the toilet paper, constantly on the wipes.
So a lot of people have bidets in their
I don't
their
get
house
that.
now.
Yeah.
don't
So
get
do you
that.
guys ever use the Wish app? You guys know about the
No.
app Wish? Basically, it's this. It's kind of like eBay, but it's like super cheap shit and it all comes from China.
But it's always like knockoff stuff.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So
Like you order Joe Rogan, but you get the old 77.
It's kind of like that.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
I've ordered a few things on Wish, some better than others. But anyway, last time I logged on to Wish, I was getting ads for bidets. You attach them to your regular toilet seat.
Like as an addition?
It's an addition to a regular toilet seat, but it turns it into a
Aftermarket
bidet.
bidet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I bought 6 of them.
So you guys have?
You guys need one?
Are you serious?
No, I didn't buy
I was
one.
like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. No, but I would try it.
So
Right.
have you
Maybe
ever
I
tried a bidet?
I have
No,
never.
no.
So do you sit on like a toilet and then it squirts water in your butt?
Yeah, I believe that's the concept.
But then do you finger your butt to clean it? I
Like
mean,
how do you do that?
do,
How's
do
the?
you use a wipe?
Do you still
I
like
don't
wipe
know.
your ass?
Right.
Sure,
This is after.
surely
this is
they pr-
after the ass wipe, right?
Well,
I don't
but
know.
you would need to wipe it off to dry it, I would
I
think.
mean, you go in, right?
Unless you want to walk around with a wet butthole.
Yeah, I don't want that. Nobody wants that.
That would be. I hate walking around with an aloe butthole.
Or even just a sweaty butthole. It's no
How did
fun
we
either.
devolve to butthole talk?
It's okay. We're going deep.
Man,
I hate it when you shart and you're like, it's kind of like one of those wet squirmy things.
The one that you don't
You're like,
expect.
I really have to go wipe.
The one that you don't expect.
So
Yeah.
we were at work today, and one of our coworkers walks by and he farts.
Dude, he
was-
drive-by shit us.
Oh,
it
no.
literally was a step away from being a shart. It was wet,
Did he admit to that?
nasty.
It was bad.
What's his?
You know who it was?
Well, I
Come
know.
on,
We talk about him quite
Captain
a bit.
Flatulent.
Johnny Shitty Pants.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh Jesus.
Is he a full timer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's exactly who you think it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he walked by and was like,
It was literally a drive-by
I was like-
farting, man.
I was like,
Because
oh
he
my
never
God.
stopped. He just kept walking.
He was proud of it too. He's like, he had like a smirk on his face.
You're like, eh,
Yeah, he had the signature smirk.
yeah, I
like,
got you. You see?
And I told him, I was like, you better check your pants because you were one step away from a shark.
I'm a 20s gangster shirt in my pants here. see?
Yeah, shame.
Yeah, drive-by shark. You see? It's a drive-by shark.
He's got his pinstripe suit on.
Where-
Machine.
Right, Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. Machine gun butthole.
Fuck.
You guys
He
ever
was
listen to
shooting
Machine Gun
buddies.
Kelly, the rapper?
No.
No, I don't want to.
Me neither.
No, I don't.
We agree on that. Next subject. You
That
guys heard
guy's
the, have
awful.
either of you guys heard the new Eminem album?
I heard it's pretty good.
I've heard it's good.
The homie Jared.
Yeah.
He's a big
Big
Eminem
fan,
fan.
yeah.
He's a big M fan.
Guy that we work with, he's like 21 years old and he's totally into Eminem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he loves him.
Dude, he's like one of the best lyrics ever in hip hop.
Best
Like,
guy spitting.
Dude, he can.
Oh
he's
my
one
God.
of the best, man. He's undeniably one
so
of the
hey,
best.
there's this new guy that I like.
Better than Kanye.
His name, well, he's definitely like technically like
The
his
look.
This dude JID.
There he is,
You guys ever heard of this dude JID?
No.
I'm gonna find you some JID, man.
JID. Oh.
This guy is good. He reminds me
Oh,
of Kendrick.
wee-wee.
He reminds me of Kendrick a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Kendrick?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Dude, Kendrick's a beast, man. Okay, are you ready?
Dude, so I've got a master volume at the very bottom. You don't have to adjust the volumes anymore.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah. See
All right,
that,
you guys ready for this?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, hit me with that beastly.
I'm not into it.
Yeah, man.
Just give him a second. Just give him a second, okay?
It sounds like a R-rated children's song.
Sounds like Shakespeare, man.
Good stuff, man.
Shakespeare.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just old and I don't.
I've eventually like.
Okay,
I've,
this part.
It's all right.
He reminds me of Kendrick a lot.
He's got a nice flow and
like
a nice
like
beat.
that little part there at the end. It totally that's the like. It's like the gift and the curse. It's like Greta Van Fleet.
Well, I'll give you that.
Greta Van Fleet, that poor bastard in Greta Van Fleet. He's got an incredible voice, but he sounds too much like
But he
like
played
Robert
that,
Plant.
But he played that to his strengths, and so that's kind of what fucked him too.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a gift and a curse, man.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nostalgia's a bitch, though. But if you think about it, nostalgia is what's selling right now, because you've got guys like us. Matt's a perfect example. He just bought a brand new car, right? He's just recently refinanced. He's got a home. They're stable. He just had a kid, right? He's the ideal person that every radio station in the country is gearing everything towards. You know, he just needs a car. Oh, bam. You know, there's the car dealers advertising for that guy.
Yeah.
You know, we just refinanced. There's all those refinance companies, you know, Rocket Mortgage, all those. That's the demographic that they're looking for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And none of us, our demographic really has been left behind.
Right.
Because no one's paying any attention to us, and we're the ones now who are there. We're in our 40s, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Well, you're in your 40s. I'm not.
Generation X.
Fuck you.
So I guess I'm
Marijuana,
technically
cocaine,
a millennial.
Heroin.
You are technically, yeah, because you and my wife are the same age.
What's the cutoff? 1980?
You guys graduated in what, 2000?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's mainly that.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
you guys came of age and you
I
were
think
in
there's
the world.
yeah.
In the new millennium.
I think
in
there's
the new
Generation
millennium.
X and then there's Generation Y.
Well, that's in between us, but then we're something else because we came up in this weird little bubble the whole way through, like you and I did.
In 77?
Yep, it's what
I
like
think that was part of...
so like we're the 80s culture, right? Like we have 80s culture, we have 90s culture, 90s predominant.
Yeah.
But we were also in the world in 2000.
Yeah.
So plus we're really the first generation, I feel like, that learned technology and then took it out in the world. Like I remember learning Lotus 123 on like a 386 computer.
Yeah.
Kids don't even know what the fuck a 386 or a 486 computer is now.
I mean, we were the generation of VCRs.
Right. Laserdisc.
Laserdisc,
Beta.
Yeah,
Right.
I remember having
All
mini,
that shit.
mini disc.
We're still using mini discs.
Right. Well, I mean, they're going extinct, but...
Absolutely. We're single-handedly keeping it alive.
Single-handedly
Yeah, no
keeping them
doubt.
alive.
I don't know of anybody else.
I remember I had a mini disc player and I was so pumped
Oh,
about
those things were the shit. I remember learning about them in high school.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and, like, we got our first microwave, and that was a fucking huge thing.
Dude, and the microwave was enormous, right?
Yeah.
I remember getting one.
See, I don't remember a time when I didn't have a microwave.
Yeah, I do.
That's what 5 years difference probably makes.
You're probably right.
Because that's what we have.
Our microwave was so goddamn big that it came with a probe that you could plug into it so you could microwave a turkey.
Yeah, and I remember when we bought a TV with a remote. Like, that was a huge fucking game changer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when
Huge
I was
game
a kid, we
changer.
had those great big consoles, you know? It was
Yeah,
like
that's what we had, the
like
wooden-
a cabinet.
Yes.
And when that thing died, we just bought another TV and set it on top.
Right.
Right, set it on top. I love it.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, my parents probably bought the TV they bought, the newer one. Is probably like a 25-incher.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very big, but it fit like our living room and stuff like that, and had a remote.
Right. And that was huge, too.
And it was, and it had the
25 inches
Right.
was
and
a
it had
lot.
the better hookups for the VCR, and you had to
Right.
buy a new VCR. And
Right.
you know.
Well, I remember VCRs having like wired remotes.
Yeah.
Or the top load. Do you remember the top load VCR?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I used to put GI Joes in there and like
Yeah,
force it
and
down.
that's what everyone did, and they broke them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my kids, oh man, do they break shit.
Oh, that's what kids do.
Yeah.
They had little iPads that we would let them watch like YouTube Kids and stuff on.
Right.
They've demolished their iPads.
So we gave our boy one when he was like 4 or 5. He got pissed at it and stomped on it one day.
Yeah.
When he was like 5. Cracked screen.
Yeah. Oh, our screen is cracked
like,
many
come on,
times
man.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
You feel bad though, because you're supposed to run your finger over that thing, right?
Yeah.
Cut the shit out of your finger.
We haven't had that happen yet,
That's-
thankfully.
Luckily.
I was
That's-
telling Scott earlier, like, it was a couple days ago now, and Sloan was watching Bolt.
Yeah.
Bolt, yeah, we've watched Bolt.
And so there's a scene towards the end of the movie where, like, Bolt thinks that his owner, Penny, replaced him, but really she was in the middle of a scene in a movie, and then they cold cut, and the dog leaves, and she looks sad still because Bolt hasn't come back yet. But here he thinks that he has been replaced. He drops his toy, and he's walking away from, Penny.
Yeah, sad moment.
So she watches this, and she's totally into it, and she turns to me. She goes, "Daddy, he's sad."
Aw.
I'm like, "What are you talking about, Sloan?" He goes, she points at the TV. She's, "Daddy, he's sad." And like she was getting emotional. You can see it in her eyes.
Yeah. Aw.
Like she didn't cry, but she was like on the brink.
I think it's funny that we had the exact same response.
And and I was just kind of like, it kind of like choked me. Otherwise, it's okay.
Right.
Hell yeah.
But it was cool to see, like, children in general. It's cool to see them like
Have
experience
empathy.
things for the first time, man, because it changes everything about you.
But as a parent, deep down, as a person who's raising another person,
yeah.
it's nice to see that. Like, and I've done it too, man, with my kids. I was telling him this, and we both said the exact same thing. It's nice to see that because now I know you're not a psycho.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like I'm raising a person, normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not a
person with
sociopath.
emotions, right?
She's not gonna be a
She's not
sociopath.
disassociated. Everything's going good.
When I told Sarah this, like,
Doing something right.
she was
Yeah,
like, "She really
right.
did this." I'm like, "Yeah, it was amazing to see."
Yeah.
Doing something right.
It is, man. Like I feel like my kids have grown up a lot, like just in the past month, and a lot of it has to do with what you said, Maddie. Just like their like just like showing empathy.
Yeah,
That's basically
emotion. Like,
Yeah.
But to get that emotion, you have to really pay. Like, that little person has to pay attention to what's
Right.
going on.
Yeah.
And it's really good to see that she's taking it in and
Yeah.
comprehending everything that's going on.
Yeah, especially these days, man, because like the last time I checked, it's 1 in 68 kids is born has autism.
Has a form of autism.
How about
Yeah,
that?
I mean, there's so many, and then like here's another thing. Talk about the generations thing. These days, man, so many kids have food allergies, and that really, I don't really remember that being much of a thing when I was a kid.
So out of all of you guys, I'm probably probably the most rural, with the most rural upbringing.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
And my grandmother used to leave the butter out. She would just leave it out on the table all night long, weeks at a time. Whenever you wanted to butter bread, you just take the little fucking glass thing off the top of the butter,
Yeah.
slab a chunk off, and it would look like absolute hell. It's, melted because they didn't have air conditioning back then either.
Yeah.
And so, and then just slap it on.
Yeah.
No problems. That shit never spoiled. Today, you can't do that.
No.
So many preservatives. We've moved away from it
Yeah.
in that regard.
Yeah.
And like I can remember, like we would go out and work out in the field and then come in, or even still out in the field, guys would just eat. They ain't washing their hands,
Right.
And on top of that, they would be out in the field, so they'd be breathing all that shit in, and they're not losing their mind.
Right.
They're not having any kind of allergies, and hell, half of it's hay.
They're not coming
or
down with-
straw,
Yeah.
or mold in some cases if they're out there,
Yeah.
doing other things, and they're not affected.
Yeah, they're not coming down with cancer.
Right. Well, and in my area they were, and that's because they had built just nearby in a smaller town, and it was exactly right with the wind. They built a power plant, and so it had like a cloud of mercury hanging over my town.
What kind of a power plant?
It was an electric power plant.
Yeah.
My dad helped build the power stack,
Oh, okay.
and they just recently shut it down. It was coal fired.
Well, you
How
guys
about
know
that?
that we live like.
There's a
as
nuclear
the crow
power
flies,
plant.
we live about 40 miles.
Right.
From the.
We are
from the
within
nuclear
fallout
plant.
range if
Absolutely,
that thing
man.
popped.
Don't think
Oh,
that
yeah.
hasn't crossed my
Right.
mind a time
Well,
or
you're
two.
even closer.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
You're even closer.
I'm maybe 10 miles away as the crow flies.
Mm-hmm. You may even be within ground zero range.
Yeah.
You're definitely losing every single electronic in your house.
Yeah.
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 I mean, thank God that hasn't happened
Right.
in the United States yet, really. Like a
What was it?
Chernobyl type event.
Yeah, but didn't we have like 3 Mile Island?
Yeah, that was a thing.
I remember that on
yeah.
the news.
Yeah.
When
Was that a
when we were
nuclear?
kids?
I would say, yeah, that was happened when we were kids.
Was that a nuclear plant? Yeah.
It didn't it overheat?
Did you guys watch the Chernobyl thing on HBO a while back?
No, but I heard about it.
It was
and
really
there-
good.
I've also
I heard it's really good, but I just wasn't in the mood to watch it.
No,
They're
that's
giving-
something you definitely got to be
Yeah.
in the mood to watch.
They're giving tours now of Chernobyl.
Yeah.
You can go and tour
You have to
it.
wear like a radioactive
Oh,
suit.
yeah. Yeah.
Supposedly, there's this type of fungus that is thriving in that area now that is like neutralizing the,
Yeah,
the,
it's
the
absorbing the
radiation,
radiation.
which is incredible.
Which is
they're-
good,
They're
right?
studying it because they're thinking about transplanting it. I saw the other day
Yeah.
to Fukushima.
Yeah, dude, it's incredible the types of things that different funguses can do to the environment. It's really incredible.
Speaking of, have any of you guys been following the Fukushima thing?
No. Not recently.
I just saw a story the other day. Every morning when I wake up, I go through Flipboard on my phone. They had just found a hidden source or a spot near the reactor that was leaking that wasn't leaking before.
Oh,
so it's no longer contained again.
Oh,
so
fuck,
Fukushima's leaking again into the ocean.
Jesus, and none of us have
And they
even heard of it.
Yeah, they
Heard
just
about
found it. But yeah.
Jeez.
That sucks.
But that's the most ridiculous thing ever over there in Japan, man. Like
Sorry.
they've got the whole geez, they had old people volunteer to go in there to do stuff and
Yeah.
check things out, knowing they were gonna die. Like
Yep.
I've had a good life.
Yeah.
I tried to type in Fukushima on my phone, and instead it tried to give me for Fuji Japanese restaurant to try to give me directions there.
It does know your love of the Japanese food.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I never really eat there. I'm trying to Google Fukushima and look at like recent articles so I can find
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Even though I know Maddie's probably already all over it over there.
Dude, it was.
Yeah,
it was
newly
a-
found Fukushima
Yes.
plant contamination may delay cleanup.
Yep, that's it.
Bummer, dude.
Right? Like that's probably the worst.
It's not good for the ocean, that's for sure.
Well, no, but that's probably the worst nuclear accident we've had, at least in my lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. in our
Guaranteed
lifetimes.
there.
I don't know. Like, I don't know which one you would consider to be worse between that one and Chernobyl. I
mean,
don't know.
Chernobyl was. When was Chernobyl?
Early 80s.
That's what I mean. Chernobyl was in my lifetime as well.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's true.
So-
yeah. Oh shit. What was I gonna say? Well, the thing that makes Fukushima kind of worse is that it's going into the ocean, so it's affecting
Sea life and
Oh
shit.
my
affecting
God,
things that are
yes.
much farther away from
Right.
it, as opposed to what happened in
Well, they've
Chernobyl.
already found like radioactive isotopes, off the coast of Hawaii.
Yeah, man.
From Fukushima.
Makes me sad.
And I'm sure we've had mutations and shit found.
Yeah.
Far away as
It's
well.
sad, man.
Right.
Yeah, it makes me sad, man.
And that earthquake was what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It's been close.
It's
to
been a
that.
while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a good while ago.
Yeah, man, I do worry about that.
But you know what? I mean, if we're going to continue to use that kind of that kind of electric building materials.
Front
Yeah.
a nuclear
You know.
crisis. Tonight, Japan on the verge of classifying a toxic water leak at the crippled
this new?
Fukushima nuclear plant a level 3 serious incident. That would be the highest warning
Oh,
since
no, I
the
think this
massive
is from
meltdown
back in the
following
day.
the
Yeah,
earthquake.
damn
I was
it.
going to say that girl looks
Aaron Burnett.
yeah, she looks pretty dated.
Yeah.
She is.
Her
Where's she-
style
what-
looked dated.
What happened to her?
She still has a show on CNN.
Oh, she-
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find anything recent on
Yeah.
that.
Well,
but
it's-
that's so unfortunate, though, right?
Right.
Yeah, man.
I mean, how much does that whole area of land and that whole ecosystem there have to suffer?
Yeah.
I would.
Apparently a lot. you
The other
know?
big one was the what was the name of the Deepwater Horizon?
Yeah.
That was a bad
that
one
was
too.
a bad one.
Not that was nuclear,
No.
but yeah, still
Yeah,
not a good
that oil would have
situation.
been fine had we left it alone.
It's amazing how much punishment this planet can take.
Well, how much more can it take?
Yeah, but
is
that's the thing,
answer,
man. I don't know
right?
how much more it can take, man.
I mean, really, we need to start thinking about our long-term longevity. You know,
Well,
as
our
a
kids,
species.
like our kids.
Well, as a species,
Yeah.
do we want to continue to hang or?
We're gonna have to change
You
some
know?
shit if
We're
we
gonna
want.
end up like these fucking two people.
Right.
Oh
Who
yeah.
are these two?
Oh man, these people.
Missouri couple charged with murder of 4-year-old girl
Oh
they
my
claimed was
God.
possessed by a demon. Now this happened back in December. But
I remember this now.
Yeah.
So basically, Ethan Mast, 35, and Courtney Almond, 21, were arrested in Cole Camp, Missouri. That's in Benton County. And I guess this little girl was their neighbor.
Wasn't even their kid.
No. I'm sure these people are on meth or something.
A crime like that screams meth.
Go back to the picture though. Let's see.
Yeah, the picture screams meth.
Because
to
the
me,
picture.
too.
See, I don't see meth. I see straight crazy in her.
Oh yeah, she looks.
She
demented.
believed it.
And he looks nuts too.
And he looks like he's on a daddy trip issue. Like, call
I
me
don't know,
daddy.
man.
Do what I say.
Thankfully, I've never tried meth, and I've really never been around anybody
not
that
really- yeah,
fucked with it.
yeah.
Which I'm glad.
I mean,
hope
I've
it
known-
stays that
Oh,
way.
so it was
I've
his
known
daughter. It
people.
was his daughter.
Ugh.
He beat his daughter over the last 2 weeks of her life.
I remember somebody telling me a story once
Jesus
about this
God.
couple that were.
Thought he was saving her.
Yeah, a buddy of mine told me a story about this couple that were on meth, and somehow they were so whacked out of their mind that they had convinced themselves that they had killed their daughter, and they like called the cops and turned
Oh,
themselves
shit.
in.
They said that all the individuals involved belonged to the same church. And
Right.
described the crime as a religious type episode.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that makes it even worse. Man.
Right?
Jeez. That's
And
rough.
it's probably because she wanted to try coffee or something.
Or she was all hyped up on
The
coffee.
devil!
Look, 4-year-olds, they act crazy.
Right.
There's no reason, unless her head's
know-
spinning and she's fucking, levitating off
Right.
her bed, then
Right.
maybe she's fucking possessed.
I mean, if she's,
But, if she's acting a little nutty, it's a kid.
if
Kids
she's
act
banging
crazy.
herself with a crucifix, she might be.
Right.
You might want
You
to
know.
get that checked out.
You might want to get that
I mean,
looked at.
I think possessions are pretty fucking, real. But like I said, there's certain signs that if the kid's not talking in tongues and she's just playing with her Barbies and acting crazy with her Barbies.
So
that's
if you
fine.
believe talking in tongues on that regard, do you believe Pentecostal religion then, that talk in tongues for their services?
Well, I don't know. These people,
Just checking.
do they learn how to do that? Like there's a fucking
so,
book?
So no, the thing with Pentecostals is, if I remember right, because I used to work with a gal, her name was Mary, and she was Pentecostal, and we actually used to talk about religion all the time.
Uh-huh.
I've been really fortunate with the people that I've known and worked with,
Yeah.
who have been of a different faith,
Yeah.
have been very open with me, and we would chat.
Yeah,
because
that's
I've always
good.
been curious to that, like
Sure.
religion and mythology and things, kind of a hobby of mine.
Yeah, it's
So, like,
interesting to me, too.
I kind of follow it.
Yeah, me too.
And she told me that when you would go to a Pentecostal service, that if it was a good service and it was true and the Holy Spirit came, because that's what this was, the Holy Spirit would come in two parts. There would be someone who would just stand up and start speaking in a language that no one would know. It would just be gibberish to anyone else.
Yeah.
But then one other person would have to stand up and understand it. So that's how you know the Holy Spirit is at your service, when someone would just stand up and be like, blah, 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 and the other person be like, Jesus is great and the Lord is great and blah, blah, blah.
Like
and she's
translating it?
translating her out.
Wow, man.
Right? To me, as an outsider, I always told her this, I always thought this was interesting, because anybody in the church could be like, here's $20, go be the Holy Spirit
Right.
this week. This is what I want you to say.
So on that show we were talking about earlier, Surviving Death, there's one, maybe even two episodes about mediums. Now, that's one area that I tread with a lot of caution, because there are definitely a lot of fake mediums out there that will tell you that they are
Right.
channeling
Right.
whomever.
I believe in mediums to a degree.
Just like I believe in other psychic
Right.
phenomena to a degree.
Right.
But you got to be really careful with who you're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly.
And I tend to believe that those things happen as kind of like a happy surprise, as opposed to
Yes.
somebody that is able to tap into those things willingly, like on demand.
No, absolutely there. Absolutely. And for me, I always feel like it's more believable coming from the person who is like kind of hesitant with it a little bit. Like we'll just kind of like hesitantly come out and say it, you
Yeah.
know, as opposed to the ones who are like, hey, you, blah, 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 blah,
Hey,
blah.
I got a story to tell you.
Hey there, see, got this new product over here. It's called a toothbrush. Yeah.
Here's what it looks like inside one of those churches.
Holy shit. Those letters are upside down.
What is that?
I'm terrified
Ladies
already.
and gentlemen, the official spiritual advisor.
Jesus, let every idol
Is this
altar,
Pentecostal?
let every false altar that has been erected,
Is
let
this
it come
the
down.
Something close to it.
Something talking in tongues.
Something
Right now, in the name
close.
of Jesus, let every
Oh no.
There it is, right there.
Hubba here.
Oh, here we go.
Wonder what would happen if you took this chick to a freestyle rap battle.
So this is what she probably does, right? This is what your friend was
Yeah, this is exactly.
talking about.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
exactly.
Let's
what
hear it.
was.
I want to hear some more.
For the Lord demands a worship right now. The Lord demands a worship right now. For your worship will rise above it. Your worship will rise above it. For your worship will rise above it.
Your
For
dollar
your worship
bills.
will rise
It does
above
sound like an
Your
auction,
worship
doesn't
will
it?
rise
Can I get a
above
5 and a
it.
5 and a 5 and a 10 and a 10 and a 10?
Oh, here we go. This is where she gets crazy.
Yeah.
In Jesus'
Suck a
name,
caca?
Brad,
What?
What church is this?
What is?
Oh, he's got a Philly
there we
shirt
go,
on.
yeah.
Oh, what the fuck just happened?
I don't
Your
know.
worship will
Oh, here we
rise
go.
above it. For your worship.
Oh, my God.
In Jesus' name.
Jesus' name.
Come on, get up and start praying. Start walking. Start praying. Start walking.
Come on now, get the fuck out. Boy, she does the
Rit-ta-ta-ta.
She's a Mexican Pentecostal.
Right? And when she gets done,
But
she
she's
eats
like the
Chiquita
whitest lady
bananas.
you'll ever see.
Right, but she hates Mexicans though deep down.
She probably does.
She's
Right.
like southern, like some kind of southern.
Southern Pentecostal
Yeah.
something. Oh man, that album's dropping next week. That's fire.
I love how she gets her arm.
I wonder if
inside.
there's like a remix of this
You
shit.
should totally hit that.
Sounds like one of those. Oh, what is it?
I know what I'm doing.
Who
now.
does
Next
that?
time you hit that.
Who does that? The rapper chick.
Oh God, I don't know, man.
You can be my.
They all have
Cardi B.
Is it Cardi? Oh yeah, yeah.
She does
Okay.
that.
I can't do that.
This
I
is what
really
this-
so wish I could make
This is,
that noise.
this is the white version.
Oh man.
Angelic reinforcement, angelic reinforcement, angelic reinforcement. Hika, hasa, anda, ata, ora, bata,
That's right.
rata, ande, eke,
Come on.
eke, manda, rasata.
That's right.
In the name of Jesus.
That's right.
Hey, mama,
That's right.
matara, baka. Bobby, your grandmother will not die. She will come out right now in the name of Jesus. There will be no grief to you, Brad. There will be no
But you
grief
know
in
there
the
is
name
some
of Jesus.
there is
Let's
some
go.
truth to the
Come on.
idea that
Let there be a
rhythm
worship.
can take you into a very deep meditative
That's what she's doing
state.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let
It's
there
just
be a
like
worship.
being in a drum circle.
She's beating the message
Yeah, dude,
into
I'm-
your head.
Yeah, and at a certain point, the words don't matter
No.
because you reach this state.
Euphoric state.
So in that regard, I guess I can understand. But I still think most of these people are just weird.
Right, yeah. I'm waiting for him to like
I
throw
worship
down
you,
on some
God.
snake
I
handling
thank
here
you
any
for you are
minute.
holy, 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 holy,
Holy
Lord
shit.
God Almighty. Holy, holy.
It would have been great if she would have dropped
I
the
know.
shit at the end.
Holy shit. Look at a little turd just
Right.
goes down her pant leg.
Little rosebud just slipped out.
Oh man.
Oh, that's fucked up.
As usual, we have strewn far off course.
Back to butt jokes.
I don't know where we started, but here we are again. Here we are again, gentlemen. Goodness gracious. Here, let me pick up.
Have you ever seen the? So my buddy Travis turned me onto this. It's a dude who is like from Brazil or something, but he's a faith healer, and he's got like this coat that he'll throw on people and be like, "Holy Spirit," and then they just all like roll over, right? Like waves of people just falling down. Well, some bastard turned it into a street. They put Street Fighter sound effects in it, and
Oh, I
it's
love it.
amazing.
Love it.
But it's like Faith Healer Street Fighter something. Oh, it's great.
There's another
Great.
crazy guy, religious guy.
Farting preacher.
Watch this.
Oh, I can't
For I
wait.
have seen all that Laban's. I've seen what Laban's done unto. Not amazing.
This is brilliant
This
already.
is exactly what they've done to the other guy.
Yeah.
For I have seen all that Laban's. I've seen what Laban's done unto. Not amazing. And my word will not return void, and it will go to that which it was sent. and it will prosper. But life and joy and the nature of God. Oh, hallelujah. And bread for eating will also provide and multiply. Oh, that's the opening of the windows of heaven. This is decreeing faith. Decreeing a thing, excuse me, it shall be established unto thee.
He stutters right before he farts every time.
Force of the spiritual power. He is prepared
A lot of
for
snorting
you
going on in here tonight.
I smell heaven's bakery cooking up something good for you, sister. If God's got to send a bird, he'll send a bird. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hey, man, you could tell this
Now,
guy
listen,
is like a straight-up
you go further, you get
egomaniac.
to one, God's for you. You
Look
get-
at this guy.
He's with you. And then the last biggie, God's in you.
Heaven's Bakery.
Yeah. Cooking something up.
Now remember, those heavens were shut up because the people. Oh, those heavens were shut up in faith, breaking through.
Here comes another.
And she
oh, no.
proved God.
This is called the original farting preacher, folks.
God has something better than where you are right now. And they're
it's not
placed
right
in
here.
Him as the. Hallelujah.
Oh,
and God sent that man that day to open up those heavens.
I would not trust that guy if I ran into him.
He looks like a car salesman.
Right.
He is a car salesman.
They're all trying to sell you something.
He is a car salesman. He should be selling Kias, bro.
Right.
There it is again, so strong. Faith
That's how I feel
is
about
the
most of those
substance,
guys.
The title to the deed.
Some of those guys, man, I
But
swear,
it-
like,
the
swear some
substance
of
of
them are
things and so
Satan.
forth. I just got another good one. Thank you, Jesus. 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 Thank you, Jesus.
I had an aunt
I'm
that
very
used
bold.
to do that.
I know that.
I had a
Before
great
the
aunt.
devil
Every time she
steals
would
this
fart, would
thought
say, "Thank you,
out of you
Jesus."
while the
Oh, no.
inspiration, while the anointing is there. Thank you, Lord. Hello. You have to press in. You have to press on. You have to go on. Starting is great. Proverbs says, but finishing is better.
Oh, that a boy.
Finish what you start. Huh. Got to learn how to stick your stick up. Amen.
dude.
Amen.
My face hurts, man. Oh my God, my face fucking hurts.
That's
Like a deep
brilliant.
Part 5.
Have you ever? Had any of you guys ever seen that
I
before?
have not seen that. Oh my God.
Dude, I can't do this for another 5 minutes.
Right, I don't know if I can
My
do
face
another
hurts.
one.
I think this is the same one. So
It
It is.
I'm
I believe it.
friggin' crying.
I believe it was
man.
the original Farting Preacher 5 is the video that we watched, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
In case you want to watch
my
it.
face actually hurts.
Or you could have just watched it with us.
This is why the internet is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, you got the TV and all our reactions.
I
and
love it.
Unfortunately, poor bastards got mine up close.
We're sorry, folks.
I'm sorry.
Man. And it will go to that which it was sent.
Oh.
All right.
Powers of darkness off of her home and begin to release the release
Oh,
the blessings
man.
of God into her life.
Amen.
Jacob's eyes were opened to the abundance that God has. Oh my. To be a light unto thy path, a lamp unto thy feet, this day saith the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. That was powerful, wasn't it?
Yes,
And
it was.
I can't.
I know, man.
Hey, I think I just figured out a way to get more people to listen to the sermons on Sunday.
No doubt. I would go to church every Sunday if it was
If
like
I had
that.
With a fart machine?
if I had a preacher that had loose bowels, I would never miss a Sunday.
Dude.
Did
God,
you
that was
just
great.
blow a
I
snot
just
rocket,
blew
Scott?
a snot rocket on loose bowels.
I
Glad
love
we
it.
caught that on camera.
I love it. Thank God we have cameras.
Thank God for cameras.
Oh, we're gonna regret it eventually, I'm sure.
But this dude here,
Oh my God.
he's definitely a former car salesman.
He's definitely Satan in the flesh, is what he
Oh
is,
my
man.
God.
That's how I feel about most of those guys. They're so sleazy.
To make a vow, call 1-800-705-7000.
Right.
Wonder what happens if we call that number.
No,
right
don't call
now.
that number. It's probably going to cost you money.
Nah, it's cool.
Oh my God.
800.
I'm sure it's.
This
expired.
looks. Yeah,
Does anybody still call like 900 like porn numbers or like sex line numbers?
Do you remember those back in the
Oh,
day?
dude, we used to go to a payphone all the time and just dial anything. Like, so have you got one? Yeah, 1-900 nasty ass. Only ass has got a Z.
Hold on, guys, listen.
My club, God's millionaires in the making, and whole person prosperity for
Oh my God,
everyone,
it's still
Still
going.
where we are dedicated
Same dude,
to
I think,
your
isn't it?
spirit,
Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
educational, and financial well-being.
There you go.
Joy in the
Give us your money.
the nature of
Give us your money, and we promise.
oh, hallelujah.
Promise you go to heaven.
That's him.
That's definitely a less flatulent him.
I wonder, does anybody know what this guy's name is?
Faith is
I've
the
seen him
substance,
before, but I don't know
the
what his name
title
is. I wonder
the
if he's
beat.
still alive.
Dude, you should check out that the Faith Healer Mortal Kombat or whatever.
Oh, I don't know that one.
So I think you just type in like Faith Healer Street Fighter. That's what it was.
There's a hip hop producer that uses Street Fighter effects
Yeah.
in his beats. Yeah,
Matty made a Street Fighter open for
I know.
us.
I heard
Yeah.
it. It's awesome.
Well, I was talking with our boy JT the other day. I think I'm going to try and make him a couple opens.
Dope.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Get him some stuff up and running.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it shows this dude. Because there's some classics.
Is this it here?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Watch this shit.
USA.
Oh man, this brings me
Church
back.
edition.
Round one. Fight.
This is amazing.
I think I've seen this before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, if I went to a church like this, I would just
Right?
eat my popcorn all
Oh
the
my
time.
god.
No wonder so many people.
Oh, here we go. He's got the coat out. Oh, I love this. Bam.
I mean,
Bam.
why?
This guy has got to just.
Perfect.
This guy has got to just laugh his ass off after everybody leaves. Like, can you believe what I just
Right,
did
right.
today? I convinced these people to let me slap him with my jacket.
Oh.
Battle 8.
Yeah, man. Humans are so interesting to observe, aren't they?
Oh my god.
Just the whole crowd.
Oh, I love it. There's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, there's Mike.
Balrog he was totally a Tyson.
Gonna beat that ass.
He was totally a Tyson ripoff. It was obvious.
Oh, no doubt.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Damn. What? What?
Look, he's all bloody and shit. Oh.
Oh, man. That looks fun.
People are strange. We should close out
Nope.
the show with People Are Strange.
Nope.
Oh.
I love the whiff.
So if you're wondering what we're looking at right now,
Yeah, it's Street Fighter 2 Church Edition.
and you
Saget.
can check it out on YouTube
Yeah.
as this episode's released.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Tiger!
Yeah.
Whoever created this video is
Right.
brilliant.
2-hit combo, man.
Uppercut! They need to have the stars above her head.
Oh.
You guys remember the stars above the head, right?
Oh, Bison.
Yeah,
Oh, we got Bison. All
he
right.
was always
This
the
is-
tough one.
This is the boss.
Yeah, he was the boss.
Oh, good.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god.
Round two. Fight.
Is this guy a Christian? What do you think?
I have
don't
no
know.
idea, dude.
It's clearly in another country.
Yeah, it's
It's like India or
it
something.
looks like India to me for sure. Yeah.
Perfect. Damn, that chick was bent in half.
That
Perfect.
shit was
Right?
hilarious,
That's ridiculous.
Francis, we have to close the show out with People Are Strange,
Oh,
okay?
we are, yeah.
Because
Oh
that's,
my God.
That's
But think about that, man. You go, to temple or church or whatever, and all pastor does after you give him $100 is smack you in the face with his, with his coat or his cardigan or whatever. And then if you don't fall down, he probably berates you after.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Right, you fucker. You should have fell.
That's
I show a rukened you.
That's the thing, man. Sociology, such an interesting thing. We're interesting to study by ourselves, but we're really interesting to study in groups, man.
But by ourselves, I feel like by themselves, people are smart. They're intelligent.
I agree, and in
You know?
groups we become morons.
Dumb, panicky, flighty, all that, man.
Tribal, very tribal, yeah.
We revert back to that animalistic back in caves
Yeah.
mentality. You know?
Jim.
Want to call tonight?
Sure,
guys.
boys.
This has
I mean,
My
been a
face
fun
hurts.
one.
I have to go take some Advil
I know,
now.
My face is hurting too.
That was hilarious.
Put a star next to this one, guys. This was a fun
Yeah,
one.
this is a very long one too. This is a 3-hour episode.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome.
3 hours.
3 hours.
It's
gonna
like
take me,
Gilligan's Island. It's
gonna
a
take me
3-hour
like
tour.
5 days to listen to this shit.
That's fine.
We're
Because
gonna
by
need-
the time you're done listening to it, another episode will be out.
That's right. You guys, we're gonna have to get like 2 or 3 new Patreon subscribers to pay for my fee for staying here this long.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So speaking
Dave's
of,
getting expensive.
Patreon.com.
Yeah.
Slash
Check us out.
The Old 77 Podcast. Hit us up.
Yeah, that's patreon.com/the Old 77 Podcast.
That's right.
There you have, there's multiple platforms where you can subscribe and get access to early episodes, so you could hear this episode a week before it comes out.
Plus, you get content that nobody else gets.
That's right.
Yeah.
You
too.
get your hands on bonus content.
And don't forget to check us out at YouTube.
That's
Because
right.
now we have video.
We
Let
have
me tell
video
you.
now.
Let me tell you.
Exclusively on YouTube.
You
Yeah.
think the regular content is wild? Wait until you get to the bonus content, folks. Trust
No.
me, it's worth it.
And now, our bonus content is solely video. So
Hell yeah.
it's enjoyable, let me tell you.
Welcome
I
to
just edited one
2021.
today. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
2020 was a rough year for most, but the old
Yeah.
77 got our start.
Yeah.
And we're only going up, boys.
That's
we
right.
were born in it.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, we were born in it.
Yes.
We're gonna
I was
turn.
born in it.
We're gonna turn that year into a positive one way or another.
Hell yes, man. Hell yes.
Thanks for listening, guys.
And
Yeah.
until we see you again.
Until we see you again, friend.
Until next time,
Peace out.
bitches. There you go.